Hello, everyone. My God, there's no intro attached to the end of that thing. What are we doing here? Wasn't that horrible? It was like a jump.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, player. I need a short one to play. It's kind of... Oh, here we go. The Burt. Turn your sound down, everyone, because the Burt I remember being quite loud. The old morning show program here for this 10 p.m. start. Hello, everyone. Merry Christmas. We have our festive backdrop. We have a fifth Grinner backstage, and he's typing furiously and frightening me currently.
I can't find the show.
What do you mean? Well, this one or the NXT one?
The NXT one.
It's on the Peacock, bro.
NXT from secret to sensation.
Peacock. That's a DVD.
Go to takeovers.
It's TakeOver Season 1, Episode 5.
Okay, thank you.
God, what have they done to you guys over there? I'd rather we just lose it entirely, to be honest with you, than that. I don't know. We've got a couple more weeks to find out. Nonetheless, we're here. We're fired up. We have a classic show from the 2010s, one of the most significant shows in NXT history. Certainly, we're on the heels of another red-hot edition of NXT on the C-Dub, featuring JC Jane and Shotzi Blackheart, right, Alex? Very, 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 very triumphant evening here. We hope you are well. We have an expert panel, as always. Novi, how are you this evening, brother?
Doing quite well, Joe. We enjoyed some NXT over the weekend. Didn't watch NXT tonight, but we are going to watch NXT tonight. It should be a fun time. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm wondering what the crossover is. Like, how much is there a sort of, double feature of NXT going on across the globe right now? I'm intrigued by that. I don't know. I guess we should do a poll. Caden, get on that. Brainbuster, I'm really glad you're here because I was scared. I didn't know who was going to do the countdown. How are you this evening?
Fuck. I'm good. But I thought I maneuvered my way out of that by not promoting myself for being here and then showing up.
You mean you like politics? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. That whole conversation was pretty fucking stupid, huh? Like, it was funny, but the people being like, not Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It made for like an interesting case study, to be honest, in terms of
what happened.
The way that wrestling fans. Once we hit play, we'll talk about it a little bit more. Basically, people discovered today that you can have good matches and politic in the world of professional wrestling. It wasn't one or the other. The game's very naive still. Caden Lee.
Either.
Caden Lee, how are you this evening?
I'm doing good. I've graduated from university. I am a free man in this world where I struggle to find a job. So I'm just chilling.
I'm sorry, but that was just... I'm glad you're chilling, but contrary and Alex, you're off to... you're in rare form here early on. How are you feeling tonight, brother?
Caden, do you go to UT or did you go to UT?
I went to the University of Florida, but I'm from Austin, so I grew up a UT fan.
No, right on. Yeah. Austin-based myself. I was about to say, am I going to run into you at like one of these local indie shows and it's going to be really fucking weird? Yeah. So
you might. I go to Inspire a lot.
Oh, no. Well, I'm doing well. Getting in the Christmas. This is like, honestly, the happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. I celebrate Christmas, and this is one of my favorite times of the year. And so I'm getting really excited. Next week, really going to ramp up my holiday movie watching. And also, I usually have an annual playlist of Christmas-related wrestling that I watch because I'm a complete degenerate. And also, my shoot job, like you have to take all your PTO before the end of the year. So basically, I think I'm only working 5 or 6 more days this year, and then just having like a sustained period of time off. Which that IVP Black Friday sale is really going to come in handy because I stocked up on that bad boy. Very excited to talk about this show. Once we press play, I'm going to talk a little bit more about like the significance, in my personal opinion, of the show. But always a pleasure to be here, and I'm looking forward to some grins. I do have my 6-pack and snacks here. If I forget to mute at any point and I'm chomping, y'all just tell me to shut the fuck up. All right.
All right, and I should know I gave the lads a team speech before we went live that this show is not behind the paywall. Please be careful. Proceed with caution before any and all opinions.
We weren't there for that, bro. It's all good.
in the
Yeah.
green room, Bob came in with a certain red hat on, and he was fucking ready to go, but we had to tell him.
We'll talk about that some more. Actually, no, we won't. But we're going to watch this Takeover Revolution program, folks. We implore you to fire it up on the network, the Peacock, wherever it is your WWE programming is on. We know that there's a lot. It's a time of change in that regard. But if you have access to this show, we're about to hit play here in a moment. Brainbuster's on countdown duty because, of course, he is. He's the most prolific countdown man in the history of the business. And we are quite excited for this one. So we're going to give everyone a minute or so here. While we do, Alex, I just have to ask, when you say a Christmas playlist when it comes to wrestling, are those like Christmas-oriented matches or just matches that make you think of Christmas?
A little bit of both. It has nothing to do with Christmas, but the pay-per-view was Seasons Beatings. So one of my annual watches is always the true classic between Bret Hart and Davey Boy Smith, the In Your House 5 main event, where Bret, in his infinite wisdom, runs a gusher that could have been one way or the other. There is a very underrated Christmas episode of Monday Night Raw from 2013 that emanated from the Frank Irwin Center in Austin, Texas. The main event of which was John Cena, CM Punk, and Big E Langston against the Shield. And the babyface trio cuts this incredible promo beforehand that's like straight out of the 80s, where they're talking about the Shield's Christmas list. How Dean Ambrose has asked for an attitude adjustment, and Seth Rollins wants to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's tremendous.
Wonderful. I'll have to check that out. I think that sounds great. Folks, we're about to hit play here. Buster, when you're ready, take it slow. Not too slow, obviously. I mean, but in your own time, brother, count us down.
Thank you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I like the addition of thank you now. Like it's like you're doing like a live performance, you know?
Took the pressure off me.
Yeah. I have to say, Alex, I didn't appreciate you immediately slotting in a Wembley burial here on such a festive occasion, you know? You know it means a lot to my nation.
It does. And it's been so long ago that I think it might have fallen out of lore. Your like all-time intro to the match on the Bret Hart Grin Grappler we did. It's incredible.
Well, to your point about how long ago it was, I have absolutely no memory of what you're talking about, so I have to watch that myself. Oh yeah, we're off and running. We're seeing Kevin Owens here out the gate. This is, of course, the night of his debut. It's going to be a very significant night, I think it's fair to say, for Kevin Owens. My God. All right, folks, as we get rocking and rolling here, we want to show some early support. Bob is not here today to smash the like button. I'll not take his gimmick, but I will say if you could just click it, that'd be nice in the meantime. If Bob sees this, Bob, please comment below the smash element. That because I don't want to steal his bit, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Good call.
He's very litigious.
Could file something. Try something like that.
They did these tremendous...
I mean, there's a reason he's not in prison for a certain involvement right now, you know?
Poor Bob, dude. They did these tremendous vignettes leading up to this show with Kevin kind of setting the stage for what his run would look like and what his role would be, his character would be in NXT. And I posted one of them today, but there's one where he like talks about everyone and is like, you know, I was with Seth Rollins, I was with Neville, I was best friends with Sami Zayn, and they picked all of them people before they picked me, and it's tremendous stuff. The age is even better, I think it's fair to say, and we're now looking at a very energetic Full Sail. My God.
I got a PWG shirt. What a mark.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm going to see so many people I know in this crowd.
Yeah, I believe Brother JJ is at this show, I believe.
Yeah.
Who asked him?
Yeah. I assume he would have been.
Kevin looking hilariously lean after 6 months being nothing but training in the PC.
Yeah. He was already cutting down. I remember he worked the Supercard of Honor in New Orleans the same year. And I remember when he came out, I was like, oh, so he is going to the Fed because he was clearly in good shape.
Do you remember like the Alex, I'd imagine of this panel, you're the sort of lead candidate for this question. Do you remember the response when he signed? Was it optimism? Was it just good for him? Because I don't have any recollection of the sort of online response to Kevin getting the big contract.
That was a happening, brother. When he signed, I remember several things. The fan reaction was, "Holy shit, he did it!" Like, there was like the when he gets like they're not going to be able to stop him, which is kind of true to his story of like when he got on the mic and stuff. Like they're not going to be able to slow him down. And then there was this hilarious undercurrent of body guy vets that never really made it, that were angry that he got signed. There's a guy from Texas named Houston Carson, I remember, who like went off on social media about Kevin Owens getting signed and posting pictures of him looking, like less than flattering. And I may have let him know that he sold more T-shirts than he's ever drawn fans and stuff like that. So.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you did. Who's the Canadian fella who interviews the old grapplers, who has a beef with Kevin? The crazy
Hannibal.
Oh. Hannibal, yeah, and he started doing.
I was gonna be John Cena, but then Abdul the Butcher cut me. Yeah, that guy.
I was gonna. He did a bit for a while where he would just tell all the legends, like, "Have you seen that Kevin Owens guy?" It's like Rick Steiner would be like, "Yeah, that fat piece of shit." It was a weird deal, man. It was kind of weird. Yeah, and also this is the era where like Cornette's pivot was, well, he lost weight and got better gear. He listened to me. And it's like, yeah, man, he's definitely like unrecognizable. You're right. Good call.
That's the part of the story that no one really remembers or talks about, is Cornette like borderline taking credit for Kevin Owens getting signed to the WWF. He's like, I gave him a shot, and then he lost a little weight and got some good gear, and then what do you know, Vince picked him up.
The good gear thing is nasty because, like, look at this energy out of go. While it is better gear, it's like it's still Kevin Steen's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like he's
yeah.
ready. He's
I
just like
remember
an indie brother, dude. Come on.
when he won the Universal title, I guess it would have been like 15, maybe.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I tweeted Cornette's quote on I posted Cornette's quote on Facebook, and I like dunked on him, and I was like, "You're a fucking idiot."
Beast.
I didn't know who Cornette was, like, even in the
Oh
slightest.
my god.
Good
Oh,
lord.
I like the look of this DJ Parker kid.
Yeah, right. We should note that Juice in here. This match, if it happened next weekend, would be an absolute hoot. And Juice is about to do something that was probably not ideal for anyone involved. But Kevin
Resulted in
loves him
great
some
imagery.
Juice. Yes, and Kevin loves him from Juice Robinson. He would always tweet like, "Juice is the best promo in wrestling." Remember that deal when Juice was in New Japan? So it's all love, even though this is very funny what's about to happen here. Oh my. You can see Juice though. You can see that he's got a lot of natural instincts in the ring.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
The hair is kind of crazy.
It is.
There it is. Mirko Crow Cop. Good God, man.
That's not what splits him. That's not what breaks his nose, though.
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah.
Palms
No,
right
it's a little bit
there,
later, right? It's only a short match, right? I thought it went earlier.
It is, yeah.
I thought we'd already done it, to be honest. I forgot Kevin jump-started him.
It's a hell of a decorated trio in the ring there. You got a former Ring of Honor champion, former CZW champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Good call, Alex. I like the historical insight you provide here. Good call. Tremendous stuff.
Yeah, this was like Owens was Steen was my indie guy, as we talked about on our Kevin Owens Grin Grappler we did, about just like he was a guy. Oh fuck!
There is.
Is that where he does it? Damn.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Because if I remember correctly, he hit him so hard he split his own hand open with it, which is pretty fucking
God.
metal.
He it's a fascinating choice, that strike he throws there, isn't it? You know,
Mm-hmm.
he just legitimately just pushes his nose through his skull. It's a pretty bold choice, putting someone over in their debut.
Yeah, this was pretty surreal. No, at this time too, the entire idea of NXT was surreal. So this was just kind of like the cherry on top.
Mm-hmm. That was a great bump. Juice, he owed him that one, didn't he?
Yeah. Does Juice get in trouble for that?
I don't honestly think Juice was in like the best of standing anyway, to be honest with you. So
He just humped the mat.
he did. Yeah, Juice is a weird guy. Juice didn't get released. He did like ask to go work Japan, but that was like 7 months after this. And
Such
he
a
did
great
nothing.
fucking movie.
He did nothing on their TV after this anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think he wasn't doing much before this. I can tell you that much with confidence. If I'm watching it, he doesn't do anything.
We watched him in the last pay-per-view we watched. He was on it. I thought then I didn't see much of Juice. There I saw a lot of Juice. I was like, I saw all the like
You're seeing some
the
juice
crazy
here.
bumps.
Good
Yeah, but-
God,
Joe
the
beat me to it.
flair.
dude! Look at Kevin's nose. Jesus.
Good God.
It's also-
Buster's right. It adds to the presentation.
It
does.
does. It makes him look cooler.
It's fascinating to see the evolution of his sleeve that he has now too. He's so bare
Mhm.
here.
Yeah, I think his looks actually gradually got better.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Orton's
Yeah.
the same way. Before Orton came back from injury, he like didn't have. He had tats, but it wasn't like what he has now. He came back and it was just covered. It's kind of sick.
Yeah.
Man, how long was that match? They did a lot in that match.
Had to have been like 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, I think only like 5 minutes.
Yeah. 4.5, 5.
Shote.
Brothers, that match was 3 minutes and 14 seconds.
Oh my
Mm.
god.
It used to be better.
A pay-per-view opener going under 15? My goodness.
I wonder if they went home early because of Kevin's nose. I'd love to know.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if there's a match that feels like it's been extended as a result.
Talk about the look thing.
Yeah.
This was obviously Owens' first shirt, which I own, and like a weird little just like tidbit about it. The duct tape on it is like textured like duct tape, and the WWF's never done like a shirt where like the design is textured like that. It's always been very strange to me. But his first main roster match with Cena, he got that red, white, and blue shirt, which was just basically the WWF version of the one he was wearing in Ring of Honor. And so,
Yeah.
he didn't. He was wearing the same shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Buster, to what you were talking about earlier, the Cornette thing. I don't know if you can find anywhere now, but he did a promo after a backstage after the match where he beat Cena in his debut, talking about like, I hope Jim Cornette's watching this, and it's like,
That's
Yeah.
so sick.
Meanwhile, Cornette was just rewatching the greatest hits of Matt Morgan.
he was rereading his Midnight Express scrapbook. Oh, this is where we did that.
Your Cornette is like, it doesn't even really sound like him, which makes it funnier to me. We should note, I guess, the pre-show this is where Corey announced his retirement from the ring.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
Buster, top 5 Corey Graves matches.
Andrew Neville here, folks, stretching backstage.
Look, I mean, he's done okay, hasn't he? I thought we can make that joke. I mean, it's not like he's
He's fine.
done okay, I think. Yeah.
Much like Don Mattingly, Neville needs to fucking tighten up those sideburns. Look at those things, man.
Yeah. Well, Buster and I talked about this at length. Like, he's obviously an all-time. In ring, he's incredible. But like, this version of him is kind of a dork, right, Buster? You and I talked about this at length on Full Sail
Pretty
Behind. Like, his
boring,
promos
yeah.
suck, and like,
Outside of the ring,
He's-
pretty boring is what I mean.
yeah, now he's so much cooler, right? The
Yeah.
Bastard dude is so much cooler.
Yeah.
The facial
Oh,
hair is very
Jesus.
odd.
All right, we have a super chat here from Ryan.
Hmm.
Thank you very much, Ryan.
Christ.
What a career for Kevin Owens so far. Wins the NXT title real quick. Beats Cena in main roster pay-per-view debut. 2-time IC champ, 3-time US champ, tag team champ, Universal champ, and 2-time WrestleMania event. And we must note too, against Steve Austin, one of those main events.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
The very
It's okay.
strange,
Yeah.
for me, it's been a delight to watch. But the very strange connection with Texas also. Beat John Cena in his debut match in Corpus
Mhm.
Christi. Won his first Intercontinental title in Houston against Ryback, LOL. You know, obviously the match with Steve Austin was in Dallas. He won the Universal Championship in Houston. Like, there's a very strange connection
Wow.
with
Wow.
Texas and Kevin Owens.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What are the chances he knows that, do you think? Do you think he's the kind of guy who would know that? Like 100% would remember that or not?
You'd have to, right? Like, for
Yeah.
achievements that
Yeah. I
that
wouldn't be
big.
I think
surprised
he
if
would.
The Intercontinental
Some of the
title
boys.
one, maybe.
if you said that to like Jey Uso, he'd be like, "Yeet," you know, like sure. Man.
You got to think, his name is Kevin after all, so he's probably like, yeah, we were in Corpus that night. And,
But yes, Ryan, absolutely. The big question is, does he add another title on Saturday Night Live on NBC? I wonder. Anything's possible, dude. Anything's possible.
God, I hope so.
Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate the support, bro. I hope you're
That
enjoying
guy has a
the show.
Rovert sign in the crowd. What did that just say?
A what sign?
Rovert.
In the crowd?
Yes, it said Rovert.
Oh my God, it's like the ECW arena. Oh my God, it's the Lucha Dragons. Novi, one of your favorite tag teams, am I right?
If you want.
The trampoline being on camera was insane there. Come on, guys. What is this, Rampage?
Is it Kalisto and Metalik?
no, Joe, people are actually there.
Sin Cara.
Which Sin Cara?
Hunico.
Ah, okay.
Can we have a timestamp for Drex in the chat? Sorry, Alex, 1 second. Can we have a timestamp?
Yeah.
Novi Buster, can we have a timestamp for Drex, please?
That would be 14:04. 5. 6.
There you go. Beautiful. Alex, as you were saying, mate.
No, it's just you guys have helped me with this before, but I always lose track. OG Mystico pretty much went away. Was it after that match with Del Rio where he like quit in the middle of the match? Yeah.
That was so awesome. He like hurt his finger and just stopped wrestling.
Yeah.
Literally the only time Del Rio's ever looked cool in his life was just beating him up and calling him a pussy.
He was so mad, dude. You're absolutely right.
Confession. I liked the Von Villains. I thought it was a really cool act.
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh, I get it. Confirmed shoot when he did False Out Behind last month, he got really mad about them. Really mad. So punching his webcam and stuff. It was
Oh, I remember that.
He was really mad, but I mean, I think the shtick's fun. I think it works better when they're baby faces, ironically, because they can do that kind of whimsical, like they can have their matches work into it where they wrestle like old school, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously, the missing piece was Blue Pants, famously. But,
we're not behind a paywall, so I'm not going to talk about Leva Bates right now.
Good stuff. Well done, mate. Appreciate you. This should surely be a tag team classic here, no doubt. I'd imagine this will be short. A lot, people don't realize, man, the tag division in NXT wasn't really a thing until they dropped the belts to the FTR, and then the FTR worked with Alpha, and then you get DIY, and then even the Authors of Pain were a big hit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
to be fair, the Vaudevillains against Blake and Murphy was it was truly one of the selling points of that first show, the Brooklyn one.
For sure, yeah. It's just a different type. To me, that's
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. It was a big deal. It just was more of that was the WWE tag division, whereas it would later become like this weird sort of like Crockett representation in NXT. You know, like those long revival alpha matches and stuff. It was tremendous. But you are right. The atmosphere for that match in Brooklyn is fabulous. And as much as you're not going to do the Leva Bates talk, she gets a great reaction on that show. It's like leveling the playing field opposite Alexa. It gets a great reaction.
That has to be the number one moment of that show. That is like the vacuum moment of like only at this time, could this have worked?
Yeah.
Now, for those who have never listened to the Bill Carr, now known as Dutch in Ring of Honor, and EC3 shoot interview about FCW, Hunico, Sin Cara at this point, was apparently shitster number one and could always get a lot of reactions out of people and intentionally tried to start a lot of fights. So I was always a big fan of him just for that.
Didn't he like punch Jericho in the face at some point? Do you remember that?
Allegedly. They tell like Bill Carr told this story of just like they were in training one day and I guess Hunico just got bored, so he just pushed one of the guys into another one and like tried to start a fight in between the two of them.
Beast. That's so sick, dude. Where is he at now? Is he grappling? Someone should bring him in.
He's working Josh Barnett at the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Anything's possible, brother.
Eh.
As long as he's always ready, anything's possible. Look at that there. Tandem offense. My God. He always looks
I just
deeply
forgot that.
uninterested.
Who's that?
Your boy
So-
Hunico.
Oh yeah.
You can't see his face. How do you know?
Come on, dude.
I'm just saying, dude.
I mean, look at his body language.
Sure.
Look at him. He's mad as hell.
So he's wrestled one time this year and wrestled twice in 2021, which was 2 years after his last WWE match. This year he wrestled in a promotion called Toro X El Toro.
Sick.
And there's not a single notable name. Well,
Hmm.
sounded good, didn't it?
Yeah.
Spot
I
on.
think someone should bring him in as a locker room enforcer.
Oh, don't worry. The match from
Jesus.
Big Jade Cargill fan said just what the world needed: 20 plus minutes of Cinta de Oro, which is Hunico.
Hell yeah.
That was aggressive.
The only review on said match.
And that account's name was Big Jade Cargill fan, you said?
Yes.
People need more self-awareness in their life, dude. Jesus wept. Look at this here. Look at the quick tags, cutting the ring off. Shades of the Andersons here from the Vaudevillains. Now, it should be noted they are the Vaudevillains, but Jason Albert of A-Train fame continually calls them the Vaudevillians. And Alex Riley, who has no redeeming qualities on commentary except for this one, just continually explains to him that is not what they are called. And he sounds like a sort of extra from Family Guy, does Albert. He's tremendous. Tremendous stuff. My God, how much heat are they going to get on old Hunico here?
Nearly fucking
My
20
God.
years.
The big
Oh,
thing with the
distracted.
Vaudevillains was they were the one that had when they were known as the Mechanics, the FTR's big coming out match.
Yeah.
That house
Yeah.
show that they taped for television.
Yeah, that when they beat them in the Dusty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that it? Yeah. That was so cool when they did Dusty matches on house shows and would show you like clips of it. Oh my God, that was awesome.
That particular one was at the Austin City Music Hall, and I'm told I was there.
Nice.
The FTR, like the one thing with their WWE run is they brought back the deal where there's like famous house show matches. It bothers me so much. Like no one else has that nowadays, right? But there's like all these little folklore, these towels. Oh my God, they went 45 with Rude and Gable. And it's like I don't know if they did or not, but that was the word. That was the story.
Sounds sick.
The one around the wrestling Strong and O'Reilly's even funnier when Dax tried to upload it himself, and then he got like the copyright strike from the WWF.
I feel like they'd let him do that now too. Did you see he posted a clip of it in my replies? Did you see that, Alex?
Yeah, I was popping huge for that. That was great.
When
It
was
looks
that?
great. The match looks great. When did he post it, or when was the match?
When did he post it?
Like a couple weeks ago, maybe. I think, yeah.
I'm fucked.
Yeah, I was going to look and try to find it too in a couple weeks. I was like, well, maybe not.
No,
Maybe
he blocked
go
me,
to
so I
his-
can't see it anyways.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, you can see blocked accounts now, though, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Sure, I can still see you.
By the way,
Oh.
a strange algorithm thing is that they seem to like put those accounts more on your timeline than usual, which I really appreciate. Like, I like
Love
the
that,
constant
yeah.
reminders of people that don't like me. It's really great
Mhm.
for my general confidence levels.
pretty sick.
Oh, that was sick! Look at that.
Oh, that was awesome. Doing that without the handstand? Hell yeah.
That's crazy.
Kalisto
yeah.
was very capable, dude. He was very, very. I think he got pretty complacent in the WWF, but he had some matches with Buddy Murphy that were tremendous.
Oh, the one a potential future Grin project just thrown out there, covering that cruiserweight tournament in 2018, because there is a that is just
Oh, I'd
I-
love to do that.
Sheamus wasn't in it, but it was banger after banger. I'll tell you that.
TJP
We
goes
have
on
a-
one hell of a run that tournament.
That's a
Yeah.
different tournament, and you should be ashamed of yourself for trying to bring it up and ruin our fun here on this
Fuck.
Christmas occasion.
Fuck.
What? No V, redeem yourself. Give a timestamp to Tyler, please.
Okay. 22, 35, 36, 37, 38.
Beautiful.
Okay, are we good now? Am I saved?
No, but you're in a better place. Oh, they're going home. What a beautiful show this is. This is like a Clash of the Champions, isn't it? Isn't it delightful?
Love it. Love it.
If we sent Jim Ross like $50 and asked him to record a commentary track for this, do you think he'd be in? What do you reckon?
We would probably need to provide who played football and who didn't, and then he might be in.
He used to. Are you guys aware of that law? That was when he got fired from. When he made the big jump to WWF, he got let go by WWF. He did that for a bit. Like he would send out like tapes of him commentating matches.
Fuck.
That's godly.
Beast.
How sick is that? Like sending Jim like, there's a new Kobashi match. Please record commentary ASAP. He's just mad as hell.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. I'm watching John Zandig against Nick Mondo. And since we're putting over Kalisto here, it's my bit of always bringing this match up. Kalisto and Baron Corbin from TLC 2016 is incredible. If you haven't seen it, it's like this just great big man little match, big man little man match. It's been lost to time, so check it out.
It was recently the anniversary of that show because I saw a lot of clips from that show.
No, right on.
It was, so that would be 8 years ago, Alex. 8 years.
I have the event shirt, and it's really cool because it's just fucking Ambrose at the time and AJ face to face.
That's the match where AJ's like tights tear, right?
Which is sadly what everyone remembers from that, but that match fucking rules.
It's unbelievable, dude. Yeah. They had really good chemistry. Like,
yeah.
I thought Moxley's in-ring in WWE got really, really weak for a while there, and AJ was the one guy that sort of like would bring it out of him, you know, would kind of wake him up. It's tremendous matches.
And Moxley, that is, never looked physically bigger than when he worked those matches with AJ. Like, it made it like resonate that, this guy's big. Like,
yeah. And honestly, probably until recently where he came back looking, you know, like he's doing a Stallone movie.
Yeah.
And worked with Orange Cassidy. He looks huge now, but yes, until then, I would agree completely.
He's just a big guy that wants to talk about poison and shit. I don't know.
Imagine Shivani describing the character that way. He's just a big guy who wants to talk about poison.
Chairman in the house.
Oh,
Chairman,
let's fucking go. Someone
10.
added me. I found the Dax tweet. Someone added me on it.
Hell yeah.
There you go, bro. Yeah, because the TV version of that we got is with Bobby Fish in Roddy's place. And I like Bobby Fish, but, you know, can't Roderick Strong, you know. They did like a 4-day loop with NXT, FTR did, when they're on the main roster. Yeah. That was when NXT was treated like a different promotion, and the fans would be like, you still got it, the creative's messing up your big run up there, brothers. It was a very normal time.
Oh, here we go, baby. Lone Wolf.
Future Triple Crown champion on his way out here.
Please.
Nova, you
He
hadn't
wanted
seen
to have
this
a run.
Nova, you hadn't seen this yet?
What?
The Dax tweet? You hadn't seen that yet?
No.
It's beast.
Good for you.
Oh, look at your
I'm
price.
just proud of
I
us.
wish I could have seen it again for the first time.
Yes. When one of us has
Sweet.
missed the post, I'm always proud of us, you know. It's a good sign, I feel, for us all.
Yeah.
Healthy stuff.
Yeah. Baz Kolbs is on his way.
He looks
I
less
thought
cool last time I saw him.
Yeah.
I thought this guy was can't miss. I said, here's the next guy.
Yeah. I think there was a window there. You know, it is what it is, isn't it?
He's a Kansas City Chiefs fan, so he got what he deserves. Which, by that, I mean making a lot of money and being on television for 10 years, you know?
Cooking steak every night in his fucking backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's set.
Look at his fucking
I don't think
arms
he's going to
here,
wrestle.
man. Good Lord.
I don't think he's
crazy.
going to wrestle ever again, to be honest with you. But I would like to see him have a run. He'll pop me.
I mean, his physique is fucking awesome, but he's got to, you know, got to take the vest off with the wolf on the back. Can't do that. Just a little aggressive, is all.
Everyone's in their best shape here because it's just they're full time, just training in the performance center, doing forward rolls. And then, you know, the boys get called up and they start getting a little bit looser, you know, starting a little softer. This ain't lasting long, is it?
Uh-uh.
You know, I'm watching this and I'm thinking, You know what? You know what we do with this guy? 3 months of 50-50 matches with Dolph Ziggler.
Oh god, it's
Yeah.
Bull Dempsey.
The fact that also goes for Shinsuke is very funny. Bull Dempsey is. Do you remember that Shinsuke Dolph match, dude? The one that was like a full 15 minutes long.
The backlash, because I remember it because there was this forced positivity about it. It's like, oh, it was like a shoot fight, and I was like, nope, it just was not good.
That was the height of so he had been in the developmental for a year, and Vince still gave him the treatment like he was a new kid on the block. Like, let's see what Dolph can do with him, this young rookie from Japan. It's like, why even have him in the system in NXT if you're going to just throw it away anyway? It's so stupid, dude. 15 minutes and 50 seconds, that is. This show is quite bad, dude. This is the gender title win.
That
Does
was
anybody
the.
else-
Sorry,
Didn't
Kate.
die.
Go ahead.
Does
Yeah.
anybody else think Bull Dempsey kind of looks like Paul Walter Hauser?
I think
mean
he
to
has
Bull
similar
Dempsey.
beliefs to him. Similar beliefs to Paul based on what I saw on his Twitter this past weekend. Did Caden freeze there, or did I freeze? What happened? That was very
No, he
Yeah,
scary.
froze.
Caden
He
froze.
froze.
Okay.
It happened again.
Okay. All right. Alex, what was you saying? I was very scared then for a moment. I thought I'd been kicked out of StreamYard.
Look at fucking Corbs's traps here, man. Jesus Jones. I sound like fucking Andre inducting Bruno here, but like the deltoids, the biceps. I couldn't believe it. I don't remember the last time Corbs looked that jacked, but you're exactly right. These are guys that are just like what, lifting weights 6 days a week.
Yeah. Indeed. All right, we're 3 matches into this show. And I know that the rest of the matches are more kind of, more legitimate. Oh, look at that shot there.
Man,
Mm.
oh hell yeah, cinema.
Indeed. Storytelling, folks, and things of that nature. Is that Tino Sabatelli?
It is. My God.
Oh my God, he was there in 2014.
Sammy wearing, oh shit, he's got a Fiend Club hoodie on there.
We found them all.
He was Sammy there repping former WCW great Jerry Only with that hoodie he was wearing.
Oh, here we go. The Ascension versus Finn and Hideo. Just 4 acts that went just perfectly. This all went exactly as it was supposed
Brother.
to. We're all involved.
Oh my God. Professional wrestling.
Oh my
Noah.
God. Did you just see that photo of Triple Paul, dude?
Yes,
Oh my
Does a
God.
man ever look more like an asshole than he did in that
his
photo?
righteous
Good
fucking
God.
hedgehog hair. Yeah,
This angle has been awful, by the way. I have to say, until when Finn got in, it got better. But Buster saw it. They beat the shit out of Hideo every single week on TV.
Yeah,
dude.
for like 4 weeks, 5 weeks straight. Very bad.
you notice Terry didn't let Kenta get behind him. It's like, all right, dude, you just stay right there. All right, so I think we may have talked about this before, but is there any act that got swallowed by the transition of NXT being the initial iteration of NXT to in Full Sail, not like the game show, but like that early NXT into when it became like its own thing, then the Ascension, because they were like this big thing. They were tag champs for like a year, right? And what they basically, in lieu of spoiling things here, they are meant to put over the new crop coming in, and then they go to the main roster and things do not get better for them. So would they have been the biggest casualty of that transition period?
I think so. Yeah, because I always think it's funny that I think he's a talented guy, but I always do think it's funny that Bo was like a big deal in NXT based on like he was like
Oh,
a
that's
full
a
on
good call. Yeah.
Yeah. But I still
So-
think more he's still there, so he had a run, right?
The Bo leave thing, you're right. That act was really hot to that local crowd there, and then it did not translate.
Yeah. I never really saw it with the Ascension.
No.
Rick Victor always got like rave reviews from the grapplers. But I haven't really seen a lot of their matches I liked personally, but it's this is not a great year to get called up to the main roster, to be fair.
And Big Ken was in really good shape here.
He was indeed. He wouldn't help him out too much, unfortunately. One of the all-time cursed runs, I think, got to be in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we have a super chat here regarding the aforementioned Kenta. My favorite Hideo Itami memory was at a WWE show. He's on main event, and a dad tells his kid Hideo Itami was the CM Punk of New Japan.
Let's go.
Which I guess just translates to like he does the GTS. That's like the only.
Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah.
That's literally their only crossover.
That's beast. You think that dad ever watched a match of his in Noah?
No.
Absolutely not. He saw a GIF and called it a day. The CM Punk of New Japan is crazy. It's the thing where like every Japanese promotion is New Japan to a broad amount of wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Is so extraordinary.
It's the same thing with Stardom just being all Joshi wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. The real hoopers don't even name the promotion. They just go, I was working Japan.
Oh yeah.
That's how you know someone's a real brother, when they just go, I was working. Or if they say, I was working for Bubba or Inoki. That's when you got a real
Fuck yeah. No,
It's
I said, like,
bad shit, you know.
there's like that, and then the S tier is when those old fuckers in shoot promos would refer to him as Mr. Baba, and they would
Yes.
say, and then Mr. Baba asked me to do this.
Or they'll talk about like the Triple Crown or the IWGP, and they'll say Inoki's title or Baba's title. Hell yeah.
If you hear a wrestler say like AJPW, they are definitely
Yeah.
terrible. Like, there's no way they're any good, you know.
That's something Ricochet would say.
For sure.
Joe, we've called this out
Someone
before,
took-
and
Yeah,
sure-
go for it.
come out multiple times. The very strange novelty of Hideo's theme starting with the Pride drums. Like I've never heard anything about that. Like if he requested it, if it was their idea, it's just so weird.
You know that Davey Boy Jr. used the Pride song in MLW?
Of course
Like,
he did.
The whole thing was his theme.
Well, he's coming out to YMCA now that his boy won again, you know.
Yeah. Did you see his victory speech where he goes, I just want to shout out Johnny Ace?
Yeah.
He shouted out Johnny Ace, bro. These people are insane. Right, we need a timestamp. Novi, take it away.
35, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50.
Beautiful.
Dude, this was fucking awesome. I have vivid memories of watching this show live, but I remember this was the demon thing became played out and kind of, a punchline
Yeah.
at this point, but this was fucking awesome.
I told this story to
the first
Joe.
time.
Like
Yeah.
I went to work with my dad because he had to take me to the doctor. And that whole morning before he took me, I was like in his office on my iPad watching like just different Prince David entrances. I was like, "Oh, Venom, that's so sick, dude."
I mean, it was pretty sick, to be fair.
Yeah,
It was pretty good. It was
Yeah, fucking rules.
The Progress show where he was like the surprise and they wheeled him out like Hannibal Lecter. That shit's tight, man.
Mhm.
That's cool.
That's
Yeah.
cool as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. Very much so. Famously, the machine gun Carl Anderson thought the paint was stupid. Told him to stop doing it in New Japan. More famously, the paint inspired the big LG to start just sort of like smearing paint on his face without any real rhyme or reason. Didn't quite catch on though. He did not have a demon alter ego, sadly. As funny as that would have been.
It was Festus, bro.
Yeah, imagine that. I always love the folklore of like Vince didn't know he was
He didn't
Festus,
know. Yeah,
allegedly.
that's so great, dude.
There's
Someone
even the
told me-
better. Oh shit!
someone-
Sorry.
We've done that twice. Someone told me yesterday that Luke Gallows should go down to NXT and have a singles run for the NXT Championship.
I'm sure he'd be thrilled by that information. God almighty. My God. Yes, he did beat Austin Theory in the dark match on Friday. We should note that. Big win. Look at this presentation. My God.
How can one man be so jacked? It's not normal.
It is crazy. Like, he's had an incredible
Yeah.
run, and he's got another 5-year deal. So, like, God love him. But it is crazy that at the time, if you'd have told of people like what he would have gone on to do, I don't think they would have believed it was that little. Like, he seemed like a surefire, like Mania, you know, top guy. I mean, in hindsight, I get it. Like, he's not a great promo, and he's short, but I mean, he is. I love him, but you know, he's short. Like, to Vince, that mattered. You know,
Little guy.
Yeah.
My
Great
first
physique.
he was my first favorite wrestler.
Well, there you go.
I saw him as I saw him when he wrestled AJ at TLC 2017.
He was voted out in the first round opposite Dax the Axe, and I didn't even agree with that. That was very aggressive.
Yeah, that one. There were some matchups that upset me a little bit, but I had a feeling that they were not going to go my way once they ended up the way they were.
Yeah.
Games we play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You're right. This other fella's a lot bigger than him. You know?
Yeah, he's very short, dude.
Oh my god.
That
Novi,
stuff.
we're not
make
doing
or break.
Novi,
He's
you can't do the short propaganda, Novi.
I'm just noticing things.
Is Novi a little fella? Is he a junior?
No, Novi's taller than me.
Oh, why can't he do it then?
It's fucking right.
I don't think it fits Novi's agenda for what he likes in wrestling.
Good call. I like that.
I just, you know, I'm saying it affects me, but I'm just noticing things. That's all.
Ricardo's chanting marking out.
I mean, he was a
He's kind of
cruiserweight.
marking out.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
full Sail wasn't perfect, was it? Let's be honest. You know what I mean?
Did they start the demise of the wrestling chant?
No.
Also,
That was the Impact Zone.
okay, fair.
They started doing more of both these guys at DPW. I sat there quietly.
Another great honor for the Impact team to hold high above their heads. Yeah, another list for their just considerable, just growing list of accomplishments. Never another edition. Beautiful.
What the hell's going on in chat?
Ooh.
You fucking seeing this, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck
Very
is going
short
on
fella.
here, guys?
I was immediately convinced you were a short fella, to be fair. I called you a junior, I think, in fact.
I mean, I remember that, but you know, I think that was
I
immediately
think
disproven.
Kale's probably right. You exude short energy.
Yeah.
Logic fan.
Yeah.
We don't
Wheeler
need-
Yuta fan.
Well,
Yeah.
The trick is
Willie, you a fan. It's crazy.
Yeah, being a
Well,
Wheeler
I liked him when he
Yuta
cut his
fan,
hair. That's all, bro. He just needs to cut his hair. We'll be back.
Alex said, "Oh Jesus,
bro. Okay, hold on. He had that one match with Moxley, bro. It's
I
all
was in
good.
Chi-
He'll be back
when
soon.
we were in Chicago, and it was like it began to get very. It was during what was Yuta's match on that tape? It was like a tag with Eddie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was Eddie and-
yeah.
It was very quiet, and
Shabbat.
Contrarian Alex began to yell, just yell at Wheeler Yuta. You fucking suck, Wheeler Yuta.
That's who I heard yelling that. Interesting.
it was really quiet, and Alex was just yelling at just Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Poor
These
Kent is
Ascension
getting
boys
heat
really
on him.
are like that FCW era of just be tall and big and have like long hair and weird
Yeah.
facial hair. That's that's
Mhm.
what the requirement was at that time. Like
Yeah, they don't really pop much in the ring, do they? Unfortunately, they do
no.
not. Hmm.
Like that
Feel
class
bad
of their
for Kent
developmental
somehow,
guys
for real.
before like NXT started is so fascinating because it was just be big and like yell and have facial hair and shit, and you can still find them some places, but some of those like Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, like when they talk about like the times in Deep South and FCW and shit, like just what they told guys to do is like you have to weigh this much on this day. It's pretty wild.
Mhm,
You can see why
yeah.
these fellas look the way they do versus these guys are the CM Punk of New Japan over here and this other guy from Japan.
Are you familiar with Connor's big TNA run in recent years, Alex? I know you study it a lot, Impact nowadays.
Which one's Connor?
He's not the one with the the longer hair. He's the shorter hair, the mohawk sort of looking fellow.
Okay, no.
He
TNA still running?
was apparently he was brought into TNA as Big Con, and then that was shortened to just Con.
Yeah.
Well, the whole business is one, so that works out.
Yeah. On the 20th anniversary show, he had a 5-minute match with Jake something. He had a Monsters Ball match at the ECW arena with PCO.
Okay, well, hold on.
That went 14 minutes, I should note.
All right, now we're talking.
I like it.
That's insane. But hey,
Yeah.
Is Jake
Good for him.
something? I don't know why I was thinking about this earlier because Jake something is in NXT now, correct?
No.
No, he's not.
No.
No.
Okay.
You're thinking of someone
Unless
completely
you're
different.
scooping.
He is not. Not at all.
Is Jake one of those like generic looking white guys with brown hair? Who was the one that dislocated their hip a few years ago and had to get like major surgery for it? Is that Josh Briggs? Was that guy's name?
Josh Briggs, yeah, Josh Briggs. Yeah.
Okay.
The one who was like Gabe's champ in Evolve.
Yes, I like remember the match. He did like a fucking Roddy Strong's finish or some shit off the top rope, the Death by Roderick, and then like separated his hip and he tried to like pop it back in the match. You know,
That's right. Yeah, I think I remember this. I might not, to be fair. I try to forget those Josh Briggs matches. I spent my youth watching. Was one of Gabe's great projects there in the late 2010s. Him and Austin Theory. Sapolsky had lost the fastball by then, brother. Getting dates on Roderick Strong and just burning them on these just generic fellas on the independents.
Yeah, never mind.
Yes.
We've gotten that.
Josh Briggs, just like Stan Hansen.
Yeah, that's what they said tonight. That was crazy.
This is a long Heat segment, huh?
That fist
Bro,
drop was
poor
pretty sick, not
Kenzo,
gonna lie.
man.
It's been going on for a minute.
Like, his partner has the coolest entrance ever, and now they get heat on him for the whole match. That's brutal, man.
We were talking about Cornette earlier, and like one of the great lines he had when he was reviewing WrestleMania 34 was, you remember Nakamura got that incredible entrance? And he said, and after that, at this point, Doug Dillinger should have just driven AJ out in a golf cart to the ring because nothing he was going to do was going to look good.
Oh, I reviewed that match recently. That was I had to experience it again and work through my trauma.
My condolences, brother.
The funniest thing is, Alex, upon rewatching it, it's just like a match, and it's not really in my head. I'd built it up as such a catastrophe because I was there live, and it was such a weird experience live. The match is honestly like fine. It's just the crowd's dead, and everyone's so tired. It's such a shame.
To lend a phrase from our buddy Bobby, it's aggressively fine. It's just kind of there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It by no means is the most egregious thing to happen on that pay-per-view event.
No, sir. No,
It
sir.
should be noted. Hideo has hit an offensive move. It was just at the very beginning where he started punching them, and then that was about it.
Holy man.
Nothing much else.
This
after
is
that.
a long heat segment. Good God, man.
It's
Can we get
so
some action
weird.
in it?
Like it feels like one of those things of, well, I know in Japan you don't work the same way as over here, so we're gonna show you how to sell. It's just a very weird thing.
Was that an impression of anyone in particular?
No, Stephanie, bring me my Zions.
Oh fuck, they're still going.
They teased it too.
Michael Hayes sitting in Gorilla like, he's looking good, this kid. This Hideo, this kid's good.
I got an idea.
They didn't even give him any offense there. He just like moved.
Yeah, man.
Oh no. It's gonna continue.
I can't imagine why this didn't work out this run. I can't imagine.
I forgot that from the jump, the demon was never like a superhuman. Like he just got tripped up
Yeah.
like a goof there.
He just has matches, doesn't he? Really?
Yes.
That motherfucker, like I like Finn Balor more than most, but he was the Demon in a Hell in a Cell match, and he tried a small package on Edge. Like I will never remember like laughing out loud in my upper deck seat at SoFi Stadium at that shit. I was like, what the fuck is this nerd doing? Here we go.
Which of the Joe matches is the one where he like becomes the Demon? Like they treat it like he becomes him like mid-match. Like Joe starts begging off from the Demon. Which I don't know which one it is, but I remember thinking it really required a great deal of like, generosity from the fans, because otherwise he'd just been a normal guy the whole time. Hot tag underway at last.
It was so close to that Fiend Seth Rollins thing that people forgave it. But the Demon versus Bloodline Roman Reigns match is just as
Oh
bad.
my god.
Seth
That's
Rollins
crazy.
being Hell in a
When
Cell.
God brings him back to life.
Yeah.
When he's flopping like a fish on the ground. That was a good
Dude.
impression.
All-time great LNG post-show moment. We're talking graps. We're like probably 2 hours deep. And Alex is like, do you remember that shit they had Finn and Roman do? And Oracle goes, good match. Remember that? Without missing a beat, Oracle, good match. I like that match.
The only
Finn's
time I remember
work
the
is always
Demon,
pretty, man. Wow.
yeah, the only
Demon?
time I really remember the Demon being like superhuman was the Lashley match at 35, like where he killed Lashley. Which massive LOL at the concept of that.
Yeah, that match is cool though. It's like a squash, right? Like a shootout. 5 minutes.
He power bombs Lashley, which is fucking nuts.
That's right. Is that when Lashley's with Leo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good run.
And yeah, that was during the 7th hour of that pay-per-view. Oh, Jesus, Jones.
When Leo Rush used to have Bobby Lashley spank himself.
Well, yeah, I mean, details, but it was a good act,
It was.
Sure.
It was a good act. Oh,
Didn't they do like
It
a
was-
tag match on a pay-per-view?
All right, here's the big moment of the match
Drake
right
Maverick beat himself.
that was when he was managing the Authors of Pain.
I knew he was with AOP, but like, wasn't there like a match with like Leo was on one side as a manager and Drake was on the other? Or am I mixing things?
You're mixing things. I think Big Show was the one who made him piss his pants, right? When the Big Show was like with the bar.
Oh, that is what it was. Yeah. that is
Well,
what
I
it
don't
was.
know, but this is since the hot tag. This has been pretty tidy, to be fair. It just was a long time to get there.
The pop for the GTS is pretty sick.
Yeah.
That the coolest thing about the Kenta Hideo hitting the GTS and the WF was they teased it several times, and the first time he actually hit it was on a house show, so they made it like this viral moment that went around. So that was really cool.
That's
But
sick.
we were talking about Drake Maverick pissing himself. They had the bar against the Authors of Pain, and Vince made it about a little guy pissing himself. Like I remember thinking that match was gonna fucking rule, and of course,
Yeah.
he peed himself.
That's such a bad era, bro. So bad.
It's awful. That pay-per-view had I remember that was one of those like right before Vince completely lost his mind, because that shows peaks and valleys, because you have like that shit, the brand supremacy bullshit, but then that show also had Ronda and Charlotte, which is insane, and Bryan and Brock Lesnar, which is also quite the piece of business.
I'm just looking at it now, and I was startled by this. Non-title Raw vs SmackDown. Seth over Shinsuke, 21 minutes.
Oh
They
my
gave that.
Oh
Honestly,
my
yeah.
god.
Yeah, that's quite
On
bad.
second, by the way. On second.
Was that at full gear?
Bailey. Too short. Too short. Bailey, Mickey, Nia, Sasha, and Tamina with Alexa over Asuka, Carmella, Mandy, Naomi, and Sonya. Why was
my
Alexa?
fuck.
Is that when she's like the manager of them?
Alexa
I don't know.
Alexa was concussed at the time.
Yes, she had she was like the coach of Raw.
Yeah.
Okay, the AOP bar match has a 2.19 on Cage Match.
No way it's that bad.
Okay, Buddy and Ali tore it up on that show. That
Yes,
I
yes.
remember.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, I've just got mad all over again here. Jesus wept.
To its credit,
Lashley
though, like
Strowman. Yes. Sorry, go on.
if you've never seen it, that Charlotte Ronda match is fucking insane.
No, that match is great, and so is Brian and Brock is incredible. The Survivor Series match is Bobby, Braun, Dolph, Drew, and Finn over Jeff Hardy, Ray Jr., Samoa Joe, Shane McMahon, and The Miz. Samoa Joe is eliminated from that match in 35 seconds, by the way.
This would have been
Good
right
practice.
after Shane won the best wrestler in the world tournament.
Yeah.
And he can only do so much, you know?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, dude.
That's
God, he was out last in that match, too. He was the last man eliminated.
Of fucking course he was. Like, this has been part of me and Joe's discussion because that era of Shane McMahon, like, I was so tuned out of the WWF that I didn't realize that he was wrestling like on SmackDown every week and shit. Like, I mean, still, if you look at his body of work, he's the greatest big match wrestler of all time. But that era, I think, definitely did something to dwindle his reputation.
Mm.
Put him in front of the bright lights, he performs, but just the weekly stuff, that's like, you know, it's not going to
What
happen.
was
for him.
the
Shane still got it.
Shane won the World Cup. What was the one the Good Bros won that it was like they had to be called the greatest tag team of all time because they won like a Saudi Arabia like trophy. You guys remember this?
I believe it was a tag team turmoil match. I think it was the spring 2019.
Oh my god! It was oh my god!
The big dog.
Look
Put
how
him up.
young he is.
Oh,
How young he is. Oh my god.
no.
All right. Tag team turmoil. 32 minutes on this one. You ready? This is the teams. This is Halloween night 2019. Here we go. The OC defeated Hawkins and Ryder, Ziggler and Rude, Heavy Machinery, the B Team, the Lucha House Party, the New Day, the Revival, and the Viking Raiders. 32 minutes on the clock.
Jesus,
A
Jones.
4.69 on cage match for that one.
Joe,
Wait, was that the... I'm
that
sorry,
was
Kale.
October 31st.
You see what's going on this show, Joe? Are you noticing what's going on here?
The boys around high sports keep clashing heads. Okay, Caden, you go. God almighty.
Was that the show that took place on October 31st, 2019?
It was, yes.
Okay, that was that was when Fiend won the belt off of Seth Frickin.
It was. It was also the night that Humberto Carrillo got a match with AJ Styles.
Yes,
So,
it happened.
and Team Hogan faced Team Flair, which means that Jimmy Hart got booked in Saudi Arabia.
Aiden's best friend is here.
And Ric Flair is now on TV right now.
Wow. Okay, this card is insane. Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez. Tag Team Turmoil. Mansoor over Cesaro. Tyson Fury over Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
AJ and Carrillo. Natalia over Lacey Evans. Okay. Team. This is a fun trivia here while we wait for Charlotte and Sasha. Who was on Team Hogan? Who was on Team Flair? Do we have any guesses from the team?
I remember Shorty G was on one of them.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Shorty G was on Team Hogan, correct?
So that means Corbin was on Team Flair.
Yes.
And Roman was on Team Hogan because it gave us that incredible gif of Hogan going, brother, doing this shit. Yeah.
Hogan was faces. Flair was the heels. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Shane. No, Sheamus wasn't back yet. Fuck,
Was
I don't know.
Mansoor involved?
No,
No, he worked for
Cesaro.
Cesaro.
I took a guess.
Randy. Randy was probably in that.
Randy was Team Flair.
Who's the blonde here?
Please. Randy was Team Flair. Okay, the Team Hogan was Ali, Ricochet, Roman, Rusev, and Shorty G.
Ooh.
Team Flair was Lashley, Drew, Corbin, Orton, and Shin. Pop.
Yeah, that makes
Kind
sense.
of beast. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that.
Is that the show where they were potentially held hostage on the runway?
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about. I know no one involved in that. I'm not gonna speak on that. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. It's a figment. That is rumor and innuendo. That's what that is. We've just done.
I remember one of my dumb moments of like I remember texting Shoot about that and being like, do you think they're not saying anything because they sign NDAs? And he goes, that's why you sign an NDA, you dumb son of a bitch.
You remember when I think it might have been the Good Brothers, but I don't want to put their name to it. But one of the boys said they can't kill us. Randy Orton's with us. Because all the top guys got on the jet other than Randy. He was just with them. Nothing's gonna happen to us, Randy. Oh fuck!
That was yeah, because like Tyson Fury got to ride on Vince's jet and shit. Yeah, I do remember it was old Machine Gun KA who was on one of the podcasts, like walking down the aisle and asking Michael Hayes, "Hey, are we in any kind of trouble here?" And he goes, "I don't know."
Oh god!
Oh god!
Unbelievably funny that, dude. 3 weeks into the Good Brothers return to WWF, they work Saudi Arabia.
Fucking banger theme song here for the future Mercedes Moné.
Man, this presentation clicked so quick, you know? Like, she just knew what that boss, what she wanted it to be. The marketing, the merchandise, the packaging is just perfection here.
She was fantastic here. And, like, not to say she's not now. What she does may kind of be out of my scope, but I remember being so fucking dialed in and locked into this character in this presentation here. It was fantastic.
Yes, we will have our fun. There was recently a thing, Alex, I'm sure it missed you, but there was this thing recently where before every AEW match she had, it would be like, this is the Mercedes legacy game. And like, I had to draw the line, be like, guys, her legacy's totally fine. She's been like 10 years now, you know, like,
Yeah.
she might not be fully who she was. It ain't going to impact her legacy much, dude. Her run, this particular part of her career, she was unbelievable, man. Seriously.
This is like, it's so weird that there's been like a generation since this, like of the character, and I have to act this way and shit. Like the big thing about Sasha here that like really connected is it just you didn't see through it. You're just like, yeah, this is awesome. Like she looks great. She presents herself this way, and the matches at this point were not as ambitious as some of the things she went on to do. So it all just it all worked.
Yeah. Especially stylistically.
Yeah, I can be nice. You know, didn't I word that all very politely?
It was lovely. It is Christmas after all. The matches were ambitious in a different way too. Like stylistically, they were more kind of classical US epics rather than like now she blends a lot of styles together, you know. And I think this to me was her like peak as a maybe a little bit later actually. I would say was her peak in ring, but nonetheless. We have a timestamp request. Buster, you're on timestamp duty in Novi's absence.
That's going to be 1:01:18, 19, 20, 21.
The politics in our locker room there. My God. No taking anyone's spot, huh?
Novi was holding the tag rope ready to jump in and hit the high spot.
We have a super chat mid takes. Says Josh Briggs.
I'm not entertaining this.
Mid takes, you're a dumb bitch.
The visual of Charles Robinson holding up the NXT Women's title was quite tickling to me. I'm sorry.
Thank you, mid takes, I guess. Did you ever see that that Charles Robinson deal on the Most Wanted WWE Treasures where they just like they get that robe off him, that Ric Flair robe that was handed to him as a gift, and they like part of the show is they just like have him give it to them.
That's awesome.
And Ric Flair's like crying because of course. Just look at the aggression.
I have a story about my good personal friend Charles Robinson.
Oh no! Is it something you can tell on the air?
Yeah, I can fully tell this story. It's actually
Please don't incriminate Charles Robinson. We love Charles.
No,
Robinson.
it's genuinely like so. I was I got a floor ticket to Mania 39 night 1 because my friend decided to not show up to the show, so I got her ticket, and it was in the family and friends section. and I was sitting right in front of Charles Robinson's wife, and I think it was his kids. And during Charlotte and Rhea, I made some joke about Charlotte, and I kept making. And I was just by myself, and I don't know why I did this. I made some joke about Charlotte just to pop people around me.
My God, all right.
And Charles Robinson's wife laughed very hard at my joke and thought it was like the funniest thing ever. And I kept like referencing it for 5 more minutes, and she kept laughing every single time.
Classic Caden Lee there. He got himself a winning joke and just kept going back to it over and over again.
It worked, man. It worked.
Yeah, that's what matters most, brother.
Let's find a winning formula. Why change?
Yeah, there's such a mean streak, brother. Look at this taking over here.
So it was more about Charles Robinson's wife than it was about Charles Robinson.
Yeah.
Charles Robinson did come over at like some point for like a minute.
You'll notice all of the Caden Lee stories, him just putting himself over because he's a true late night Grin stalwart. Yeah.
There was
all his good friends in the biz.
Yeah, exactly.
At the 2023 Rumble, when Austin Theory came out, I just kind of said, not like in a yelling fashion, but I just had the Pavlov's reaction to quote Bob O'Neill. I said, I got a theory. This guy stinks. And the guy in front of me responded like it was the funniest thing he had ever heard in his entire fucking life.
Whenever I think about seeing Wrestling with Alex, the only memory that truly, beyond the Wheeler Eater and all that shit, and yes, we saw great matches together, you know, all out, but I will always remember most the Ring of Honor taping when it got deathly quiet and Gravity was out there falling down, and oh, there were some terrible matches, and Alex began to do like loud color commentary for them, and it was very.
That's awesome.
A producer in AEW told me there were like 8 matches left halfway through the taping, and I said, I'm fucking leaving.
That taping went on forever, dude.
I don't know why y'all stayed that long.
Well, you know, you gotta remember, like, I'm not gonna be flying over for the Graps that often, so
yeah, I guess.
Yeah. And also Alex you didn't sit with us for Collision, right? Alex, you just joined us for that.
Yeah, y'all had tickets for Collision, and so like I got mine like the day before, and I got one of those floor seats, which was fun. You know, it was the novelty of doing that. But like, yeah, I went and sat with y'all for Ring of Honor, and at that point, it was kind of just like we were spaced out, and it was the novelty of like you, me, Shoot, and Bobby, and like this, you know, Adrian was there and stuff, and just kind of. But yeah, there was a couple times I got fed up and started screaming for guys to go home.
That is true. A couple times, yeah.
Oh,
and the confidence on Sasha Banks here, man. Just wrestling like someone who's been in the main event for a decade, you know?
Yep. This so my thing with Charlotte, like I've always had like this love-hate is too much of a cliche, but I so much enjoyed the way Charlotte worked at this time period where she I don't want to say like clunky, but she wrestled like a real struggle. She became someone. Obviously, the last match she had, I think, was the Rhea WrestleMania match, which was fantastic. But a lot of her main roster stuff has been just like too polished and too pretty, and looks too, you know, lack of a better phrase, too phony. I really enjoyed this stuff from her at this time, where it looked like, even if it did seem like if you're watching it from like a Meltzer lens of like, oh, they're just like, you know, struggling to figure out what they're doing. It looked like more genuine. I really enjoyed her work during this time.
Alex consistently does this deal where he just pretends that was her last match, but he doesn't know he's doing it. And so he'll be like, he's like, she hasn't wrestled since the Rhea Ripley match. Oh, she has, but you know, continue. And you just do it. You consistently. I respect it very much. I think it's this point you've made a decision internally without realizing. You know, it's just that will be the last Charlotte Flair match you consume. I respect it.
Man, her head bounced off the mat there. That was pretty fucking metal.
For anyone keeping score, she's had 51 matches since then.
Her last match was 2 days ago. It was a year ago.
With Asuka, right?
Mm-hmm.
I fully believe she's healthy.
Oh no, she's ready to go. Yeah, they wait forever.
Oh, yeah. The Alex Shelley special right there, which is now that one girl's finish in NXT, I believe.
Is this the match that Arn Anderson like came to Full Sail for, and he did a speech about how Sasha was better than Charlotte and made Charlotte really mad? Is this that match? I think it might be. It's a fun towel. Charlotte told the story herself, to be clear. She put it in like a book, I think. But yeah, Owen was like, no favoritisms. Sasha's better. Beast. Oh my god. Look at
There
that.
we go.
Sweet.
Oh,
Hell of a bump. Yeah, Charlotte was very upset about that.
Can our Peacock friends let me know what we're at time wise on you for you guys?
Oh wow.
Ads have thrown me
108,
off.
07, 108, 08.
Oh, we're good. Never
108,
mind. Okay, making sure.
We're good.
Yeah. Double down here at the Full Sail. This match has been quite good, I must say. This has been our first. We've had squashes, we've had fun and games, but this is a good professional wrestling match, dare I say.
Mm-hmm.
So TakeOver would change a lot in the coming years, obviously, and would become like an all-star game eventually, wouldn't it? It was like ridiculous. Oh, these flippers.
So that may be the window to talk about like the significance of the show in real time. Of like this was NXT was obviously established. It was the first live event on the network with Arrival, I believe was the name of the show, and but this with the hype of Owens debuting and the strength of the Neville Zane program, this is like if you're gonna bookend that run of NXT, which if we're being truthful, like take all the bullshit aside.
Oh.
There's a several year run of that is like one of the best sustained runs of any professional wrestling promotion ever.
Yeah.
It begins here and it ends. Ow! I would say it.
Oh my god!
I guess the New Orleans takeover 2018, but
I think New Orleans.
That's around where I would say as well.
Yeah, but this was like I remember like I have a lot of wrestling memories, obviously, but like I remember vividly sitting down with my buddies Reed and John to watch this show and feeling like something is happening here. And this was a big one.
For sure. And it just launches all this creative that comes out of this. And Kevin is, he doesn't have a long NXT run, but he's such a significant NXT player in that he's the guy who takes them directly to the main roster as NXT champion.
And kind of jumping ahead a little bit, but the fact that they had the balls to end the show the way they do was also very big.
Yeah. Mid-takes, I think it ends at TakeOver Philly. The only thing is New Orleans, if you treat the Gargano Ciampa match as like the blow-off of DIY, then it's like kind of perfect,
Yeah.
And Andrade loses the belt too. And also I was there, most importantly.
Oh, you went to that one?
Oh,
I was at
Flip Bump. Yes, I did. Yeah,
I was at the Supercard of Honor 12 that was happening at the same time.
that's right. I remember us looking at that card. You stuck by your decision, right? You didn't regret?
No, not at all. Because that show was that's the reason AEW is a thing. Well, maybe I do regret it. Never mind.
I remember hearing Sasha talk about that bump on the spear and say she didn't know that she could do that, and she just did it just live, like the adrenaline. She just took a flip bump,
Ooh.
Oh, Jesus!
Oh, fuck.
One of the comments in the chat there. Not to say there weren't good NXT shows or matches afterwards, but that was kind of the end of the dream. Because like, what's so hard to reconcile if you've come into this like afterwards and have watched it like in retrospective, the unbelievable dichotomy of what this was versus what was on WWF television every week.
Yeah.
Like to the point, like it was still where Vince McMahon didn't really understand what the internet was, and he didn't know that people were watching this, the same people that watched his program. So it made for this very fascinating period of time.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, I don't know if Vince still knows what the internet is,
He's probably just learning about it for his new entertainment company. He's explaining to his people they need a Twitter account and say things of that nature. Tout, that kind of thing.
You need to get on
plug.
Facebook.
Yeah.
A quick plug. If you've never read a transcript of Vince McMahon's one and only America Online live interview, you should search it.
Yes, absolutely. Chat, if you've enjoyed this show, we would love for you to do something to the like button. Now, we don't want to say the smash word. We don't want to say it. That's Bob's thing. He's very litigious.
Mm-hmm.
But we would like for you to click it or
pop up
Yeah.
powerbomb the like button, folks.
Pop up power on the
Okay.
like button. Yeah.
It doesn't just
Pop-up.
have to be our evolution; it can be your evolution as well
Hell
by
yeah.
clicking that subscribe and like button.
Thank you, Rich Brennan. Thank you very much, Rich. I appreciate that. Does he still do? No, he does DPW now, right? Rich Brennan, Rich Bikini, I think
Sure.
the lead. You know what I'm talking about? The guy who's the lead announcer on this, right?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. I don't watch DPW.
I think yes. I don't know how
Toby,
to
you should
find
know.
that.
You're like a DPW expert.
They come around here once in a while. I'm locked in. LeBron
I
Kazan
must
champion.
say,
We're up.
I like this wrestling match. I must say,
Quite good.
very physical,
Yeah,
rugged. You know,
He does DPW, yeah.
yeah.
He also does TJPW, apparently.
Yeah, it's not very good. Don't talk about it.
No, I know. I'm aware. He's very bad at it, but, you know.
Leave him alone. We should get him on the Grin.
He might be good here.
He comes on. I just exclusively ask about the free wrestlers I like. Any interactions with Roderick Strong? No, he came there a year after I left. Any stories? Anything?
He might know him from DPW.
There you go. See, now we're talking. You know, I'll ask about Blake and Murphy, the FTR, and Roddy Strong. Just wrap the interview.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Diamond
say-
Oh
Dust.
my god!
Oof.
Is that the Rizzler in the front row?
No, I don't
had
think he
an
was
opportunity
born
for it.
yet.
I had a very
That-
good opportunity for a joke, but I will not say it.
That kid was always at these shows, and my brother and I used to pop huge for he and his father's responses.
Yeah, I
to the
recognize
guy.
his dad.
Yeah,
There's like a
he's
couple
very,
people in
very
the front row
wholesome.
that are very like those are NXT people, you know.
His favorite was Enzo. So sending love, thoughts, and prayers to the kid.
This show, that fella, the dad there in the front row, reminded me. This was that period of time with that went way longer than it should have with the Bullet Club parody shirts.
Yes,
I'll turn the mirror on myself. I had one. It said Bullet Club, and it was Bo Dallas's face, and instead of guns, it was thumbs pointing in on it. So
Hell yeah.
It is insane. Like you go to a Grap show next week, you will see a Bullet Club shirt, dude. Like you absolutely will. There will be one. There won't be many of them anymore, but there will be one.
It doesn't matter
I'm going
what
out
show
tomorrow
you go
night.
to.
I was checking the weather, and I might wear my Bullet Club zip up hoodie. You know,
There you go.
might be.
Is that like an old school one, like the good old days?
Oh yeah, dude, it's old. It's got the fucking like the sleeves all fucking gimmicked up and shit. It's great.
Oh my god, beautiful.
Joe, do you care if I address a couple of questions in the chat real quick?
Provided that your answers are, non-paywall friendly, then of course, please do.
No, it's just I always relish the opportunity to talk about that Super Card of Honor show, which is the reason AEW exists today, but it was also a fucking disaster. The Adam Page Kota Ibushi match from that show is awesome and got swallowed by everything else that came out of that show, and I think it might be available for free on YouTube. So seek that match out if you can. There is some fun to that show. 7,000 people were there. It's a big fucking deal, but it is the most Ring of Honor shit ever. All right, so they only opened up, I think, 2 concession stands and they ran out of water immediately. They didn't print enough of the event t-shirts because, quote, I was told we didn't think they would sell because their event shirt was it was the WrestleMania 5 event shirt, but it was Kenny and Cody, and instead of Mega Powers, it says Bullet Club Explodes. And that's my holy grail to this day, is finding one of those t-shirts and buying it. But they said we didn't think they'd sell, so we didn't print that many. They did not inform the venue that they were going to run pyrotechnics off for the show. So when the show began, they began instituting their emergency response procedures. And I remember catching someone at a concession stand who was starting to pull the shit down and be like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, they told us there's something going on out there. I was like, yeah, that was the fucking fireworks. So there's all that shit. And then the show's fun. And then Kenny and Cody, for whatever reason, they put on as a co-main event. And that's all anyone was there to see. So the main event of that show was Dalton Castle and a since disgraced British wrestler going 31 minutes in New Orleans.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It was like there was a vibe there that by the end of the show, everyone's just like, let's go home. It's come and gone. Let's get out of here. So sorry to.
I assume you were drinking a lot that night. I assume.
I was the night before kind of got out of control, so I was behaving myself that night. Because
Brother, Silas Young, Kenny King went 16 minutes on this show.
Okay, Kenny King did a shooting star press from the top rope to the outside through a table. I remember that specifically because I lost my shit for that.
SCU versus Flip Gordon, the Young Bucks went 24 minutes.
So the comedy of that is Flip Gordon had 4 appearances on that show. He came out during like a pre-show angle. He had that match. He came out to rescue, is it Brandy Rhodes. And then, sorry. And then he had some other shit where he came out like, because the stream died. So they sent Bully Ray out to start cutting this elongated promo until they could pick the stream back up.
Nice.
And the idea of it was that he was, I guess, going to say, I don't remember what it was, but it came off like, if you can believe it from Bully Ray, like horrendously racist and shit. And no one cared at the end of it. And then Flip Gordon had to come out and interfere. Like, there are parts of that show I really enjoyed. Hangman and Kota, like I said, is fantastic. But for all of the comedy of the shit I just mentioned, that's why my choice was right. Because if I went to the WWF, or NXT, I would have seen this perfectly produced, great pro wrestling show.
Yeah,
I witnessed this disaster happen in front of me.
You also saw Damian Priest versus Tom Ishii, which today would probably be sick, to be fair. But I don't know if it was very good in 2018.
There was one spot where Big Tom just didn't really care to get into place, and Damian Priest did a suicide dive and completely overshot Tom and landed on his head. It was fantastic.
Well, sick.
Beautiful. Sounds awesome. Freestyle floor. Take said Buster, can we please take Novi for eating Kane's slaw?
Yeah, it's fucking rancid, really.
Good coleslaw.
No, it's not.
It was yummy.
No. Bad.
It's mayo slaw, bro. It's infinitely better than vinegar slaw.
Thank you, mid takes. I hope that delivered for you. Good effort, Buster. All right, so main event here. Entrances are underway. Big video package just played. This has been an extended arc on the last one of these takeover Grinalongs. We saw the fatal 4-way match in which Sammy was this close. Neville swooped in and took the win. Since then, they've had a TV main event in which Neville come down with an injury, and Mel may not have used that injury to catch Sammy off guard. This is the one. Big one. All right, what's happening for you guys on the screen so I know that I'm seeing, because I know the network time's different.
Sammy's looking around at the crowd. He's nodding.
Tell me when he takes his second wristband off.
Off.
Okay, we're really close, people.
Novi, have you ever seen this match?
No.
Oh.
Whoa, really? Oh shit.
Oh.
This is history.
Yes, now we have to lock in.
Yeah. Do you know what? Anyway, I won't say anything.
The match on this show, right? This is the match on the show.
This is fantastic.
I know how sick it is. I know the how people speak of it, and I kind of know what happens afterwards. But
there's also the lore of Neville, then and now known as Pac. His huge breakout match was against El Generico and PWG. It might have been during one of the bolas, but they had this big match, and the fact that this came, it's again just the idea of how much excitement there was around NXT at the time of oh my god, they're running this match with these two guys against each other. People hated it. I like that belt.
It depends who's it on, who it's on for me. I like it on Neville a lot.
Yeah.
Who do you not like it on?
I didn't think it looked good on Andrade.
Wow, Andy?
Yeah, or did he ever? No, he had the new one.
Andy didn't have this belt. He had the new one.
I didn't think it was the first person. It didn't look good on fucking Finn either.
Seth frickin' was the first one to have this belt, and then this one lasted until
Bob Roode.
Yeah.
Should be mentioned there's a timestamp call 122, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Because Big Bob took it off the shin.
Yeah, Bob Roode should have just had the big gold.
True.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
with an X plate over the top of it, this tiny little one.
I was putting my place there in the chat. It was All-Star Weekend was the PWG match. I remember it was on the PWG set that got national distribution called PWG Sells Out, which fantastic 3-disc set.
God bless.
Look at
Yeah.
Sammy.
Look at his fucking arms, man.
Yeah. I would very much like to see this match today.
Probably be awesome. They're still, I mean,
Yeah.
they're still
the
great.
match-
Both guys are.
I think like the in-ring dynamic would be so interesting with Sammy as Sammy's still doing Ultimate Underdog, but like very different. And now that Pact is the bastard, so it makes the dynamic interesting.
Yeah, the dynamic would honestly probably be more natural because he would be like a bully, wouldn't he, Pac?
Yeah,
So,
100%.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not sure we're ever going to get that, but I agree with you. It'd be very good. Right, here we go, folks. This is big business here. NXT World's title on the line. Buster is locked in. Novi is locked in for the first time. Caden Lee locked in. Contrarian Alex still pondering memories of Supercard of Honor. Just flashes of Punishment Martinez racing through his brain as he considers his choices.
This look for Sammy is just, it's perfect. It is what it
This
is.
is
Yeah.
like I'm not trying to be like Jim Barnett fixated on these dudes' bodies, but what Joe said earlier has resonated so hard to me in terms of like the physiques were so different for these guys at this point because they were just working out in the gym 6 days a week.
It's crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy. That's what happens when you have Norman Smiley watching over you, you know?
That's right.
You become the best version of yourself.
Look at that. He did tidy up the sideburns from the recording.
Yeah, he did.
Do you remember that they like made the PC like a character on the show? Like, they would show footage of like fans coming to the performance center to see the voice train, and they'd be like, "This is." They made it like part of the show. The performance center was this incredible state of the art, you know. And they'd have some fan would come over. I've never seen anything like it. So of course you haven't, dude. You're a wrestling fan. Where else would you have possibly gone for something like this?
It's
tremendous.
It's literally just a gym and some rings.
Exactly, like these fans, you know, they're seeing like Angelo Dawkins run the ropes. It's mind blowing, you know. There's a bunch of rings in there. I mean, it's very exciting as fans.
Oh,
Barbara, here we go. We've hit the mat. They also did a scene for that prank show they did on the network at one of those events where they like didn't they prank one of the fans on one of those deals? I want to say.
Yeah,
probably.
I remember Finn being in on it. I can't remember what the prank was though.
They it was one of the really nerdy like super fans too. They set up the scenario where it made it seem like he stole someone's phone or some shit.
There you go. That's right. Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Bless.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh
All right.
yeah.
Professional wrestling.
All 4 burners are on. We're at medium heat, full brew.
See, when you're as good as these guys, you can do a sequence like that, and it stands out just because of how good it looks. You know,
Yeah.
how sharp it is. You don't have
It's
to.
not
That
forced
isn't even.
either.
Yeah, there's no innovation needed when you're that good. Like you could just do that simple thing, and it looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And you already have the build because the people because the builder's done that for you. So you just wrestle. My goodness. Look at that switch of the lock up there.
You know, I've been
Some
watching a lot of
wide
Anderson
crosses.
recently, Joe, and this is very reminiscent of C.W. Anderson and Tommy Dreamer. You know,
I thought you were talking about the spider then for a second. We was watching
Chicken
Talos
wing.
Later's fights, you know.
Oh. brother.
That was a moment, wasn't it? There we go, the chicken wing here.
Timestamp is 1:27:10, 11, 12, 13.
And when preparing for the Ultimate Fighter series that will be coming out in January, the Contrarians, I watched the Forrest Griffin Stephen Bonner fight with my folks. And then I was like, now watch this. And it was Anderson versus Forrest, just like give us some perspective on what Anderson Silva was at that point in time. Nonetheless, early advantages here, it appears, for the champion on the mat. It appears that way, folks.
That was like a Japanese arm drag Northern Lights hybrid. That was cool.
Yeah. Tremendous, tremendous stuff. Taking their time, letting the atmosphere speak for itself. That's main event wrestling.
Sammy has to have one of the greatest white guy beards I've ever seen. It's like all the way through, just constant, consistent.
Mhm.
That's why I said this is best look. Like, because it's just so full.
Yeah, he looks great.
His run during like the Thunderdome era, I can't remember who said it on Twitter one time. It might have been I don't know who it was, but someone said with his long hair and beard, he looked like a reprehensible Jim Henson, and that's like how I always think of him from that era.
Dude, his gear for War Games was awesome. You know, the Bloodline one recently?
Yeah.
He looked great there, I thought. He's getting out wrestled right now, though, at the Full Sail gimmick.
He is.
Getting out hustled on the mat, brother. Can he win the big one, folks? That is the question.
Can he?
The fluidity of Neville.
Yeah. Absurd, dude.
He's good.
Over the top.
Awesome.
Great backbreaker.
He's like one of them dudes who, like, in the 80s and 90s would have been an incredible junior in New Japan and would be like a god, right? Like, he'd be clipped up by all the nerds, you know?
Man, that would have been fucking fantastic.
That's what I always think of him as, like
Arabian Press.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking perfect too.
Novi making this clear now. We will be on Relight the Fuse watching the Pac and Kenny Omega 30-minute Iron Man. We will find a way.
The match is great.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. I watched some highlights from that the other day. I was
it's so good.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
the match
it's
is gorgeous.
Imagine the perversion of like Neville working Bald Dynamite Kid in '88.
Oh my god.
And
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly where I like place him in my mind when it comes to like a wrestling sort of blueprint, you know?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he's different now. He's obviously still great, but he's very different now. Like, the character's much more a part of it. And
I'm sorry, it would have been 88. It would have been like 84 because.
I don't mind. It's Christmas.
86.
Beautiful kick there.
Even with the hooked leg kicked out, Joe, at this point, you got to believe.
Yes.
You got to believe that Neville has the speed and strength advantage, but the longer it goes, Sammy's gas tank may hang in there.
I don't like the matchup for Sammy. I mean, Neville's the guy with the clutch gene. He's the better athlete. You know, head to head, he's got the better record. I struggle to see a route to victory for old Sam, I have to be honest. But he's having a nice run over here. If you guys are wondering why I'm so often just saying it's Christmas to defend things that are said, it's because I've recorded 7 sessions of the 12 Grins of Christmas marathon. And, we're getting there.
Here's what I'll say about Sammy here, though. I mean, when you have the people with you like the way he does right now, that's got to be some sort of advantage, you know?
I agree. It's like an extra man in there for sure.
12th man.
12th man. Yeah, 12.
Joe,
Doesn't really make much sense, but
Joe, do you get that reference?
Yes, we have a sport here called football. You guys call it soccer, where there's 11 men. And we have crowds too. So sometimes when they cheer, they'll be like, "Oh, it's a 12th man." Yeah, we actually.
For us, it's different.
We use it in American football.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. What I'm saying is we have a sport. There's 11 men. Do you not understand? I'm not saying they're the same sport. I'm saying that. I don't know if you guys seen soccer. It's a very popular sport.
I didn't know soccer had 11 guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Well,
neither did I.
See what I put up with here.
That's kind
Alex?
of unfortunate.
See what I put up with.
Sorry, man. This is every post show we do in the Grin Grappler where me, Bob, and fucking Oracle talk about football for an hour, and Joe's just sitting there staring blankly at the screen.
Even had the nerve to explain to me that I was talking about the wrong sport. Like,
well, no, because in football there's a team called the Seattle Seahawks. You see, and their crowds are specifically so loud that they are known as the 12th man.
Yeah,
that's the name of their crowd.
Texas A&M.
Say this for the post. Neville's back in control, as I predicted, as I expected. You guys try to distract me here from the game tape.
Buster, was that loss last night particularly hard to take with Lisa
I'm not gonna
juking
lie,
and jabbing
brother.
Homer?
I'm not gonna lie. I tuned into that game with like 30 seconds left, and I turned it off. Just happy as can be that I didn't waste my time with that shit.
The Simpsons simulcast thing was really fun because as a fucking huge Simpsons fan, they were Dan Orlovsky was just burying the Bengals defense with Simpsons references the whole night, so it was great.
I mean, yeah, that's sick.
We have a hold.
All right.
We have a hold.
It's not the Cowboys' evolution. It's not the Bengals' evolution. It's our evolution. We got to get back to it right now. All right.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, you're fine. They're telling stories right now. They're selling to a hold. Gorilla is talking about the big one. What is Heenan saying right now? What's Jesse saying, actually, Alex? What's Jesse saying right now on comms?
Well, I'd like to know what the text on the back of Sami Zayn's trunk say. I don't know what that says, Gorilla.
Dude, I cannot fucking wait to hear him on commentary. I am so excited.
So excited for Saturday.
So good, bro.
Joe, is there
You
a
know-
Grinalong on Saturday?
There is it.
I will be there.
I changed my my dinner reservations to be an hour earlier so I can make it for the Grinalong.
I can't wait.
I'm very, very looking forward to it.
You know, Liv Morgan says, "Watch me," but I've been watching the money since 9/11. Where did George Bush invent that?
Michael Cole. Anyway, folks, please tweet the hashtag WWE SNME here. Get us trending.
What the fuck is a championship opportunity, Cole? I don't know what that means.
Oh, big Larry.
Oh,
Ooh, smoked
he
him.
needed that too. He needed that bad. He was up against it. There was old Sam. He was
Another
struggling.
one.
Oh,
look at this
another.
gradual comeback. He's climbing up the hill here. Look at this. Oh,
Ooh.
beautiful.
Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous
Beautiful
graphic.
stuff. There he goes. Man, he's taking a lot of risks tonight, fellas. Oh,
You got to take risks. It's the big one.
that.
Yo, you're the only
gosh,
one here
that
that
was
can.
unbelievable.
How good is Neville's work here, dude?
Oh my goodness gracious!
He's so good.
Oh,
Sammy's also fantastic.
Oh, great stuff. Great stuff. My God.
The yes shirt in the crowd. Let's go.
Oh, the maroon.
I had
Yes,
that
yes,
shirt.
yes. That's
I
gone.
think that's the one I have.
I had that one. Yeah.
Is that the guy who they robbed Hangman's Wembley place for?
Yeah. Scumbag.
I've watched a couple of YouTube videos about that.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah. Some Mark was talking about it on YouTube.
It's a derogatory term, Joe.
Oh, it's my bad. Trying to, I always tell the guys not to say slurs on here. I apologize for saying the M there. My bad. My favorite talking shop bit when someone says the word Mark and they go, not in a, just as fans. Mill says Myth the boys, they can't say the word Mark now. Insane.
I went to WrestleMania 30 with my family, my mom, dad, and my sister, and we so fucking nerdish, but we had custom shirts that were in the vein of that yes, but they said champ because we were hoping he was going to win that night. So
That's
I've never
cool.
worn that shirt since. Yeah, I had it made for that, and
Wasn't sure where you were going, and I thought you were going to say you printed a shirt with the word Mark on it. I was very scared.
it said Mark.
Yeah.
I gave one to Bob O'Neill.
It's timely back elbow.
Oh
geez.
my
Oh!
god. Everything is just so perfect.
Oh!
We're cooking.
Thing is, it's not just the independent history. These two had also been like paired up. They did a whole European tour with Kid was working with them on that tour as well. They've worked so much by this point. Indo to be out of it. This is just magic. And this is the beautiful game right here.
It's going to continue as this match goes on, but Sammy's like he's unbelievable in this match. Like, his aggression and frustration with not winning continues to go. I remember the live broadcast kept having to enact the 7-second delay because he kept swearing so much. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Oof. My goodness.
Oh.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh, he got all of that, didn't he? Jesus.
hey.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, so close.
Whoops.
Oh,
Got wrench.
Oh yeah.
What did Melts give this?
Joe, how much
Uh,
power does the Union Jack on Neville's gear give him? You're the only one that can answer that question.
it's a good question. It definitely makes me like him less because it reminds me he's British.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Union Jack should be left for Davey, to be honest with you. He went through a lot to earn that flag, you know?
Joe only waves the American flag. We know this.
True. I only use flags to tell people I've read their text messages. This is well known.
This is accurate.
Yeah, I don't use flags for anything else.
We can all speak from personal experience there.
Yeah.
I think I reacted to one of Joe's messages last week with the Jamaican flag. I don't know
You
why.
did. You did. It popped me very much.
The flags all have different meanings too in your
Yeah.
reactions. They
I
mean
have
different
Ooh.
things. Oh my
Oh my God.
Fuck.
My God. This is quite good, isn't it, fellas?
It's a pretty
Oh,
good
yeah.
match.
Yeah, good wrestling.
I'm enjoying myself. The show's flown by. I mean, the undercard really wasn't all that much, but it just goes very quickly when you're rocking and rolling here.
Oh.
Again, it does have it's very much a Clash of Champions outline, I think it's fair to say, to be honest with you. Very fun. Sammy, hanging in there, folks. Hanging in there. We hope you've enjoyed this great house tonight, by the way. You know, late on a Tuesday night.
Post
NXT
NXT.
Grinalong. Yeah. Great house. And, you know, especially if you've pop up powerbomb that like button, you'll really be helping us
Hell
out.
yeah.
Sammy, the Defiance.
there
The
we
Defiance.
go. There we go.
The
Oh!
Defiance. Here they go.
Look at that Kevin Dunn production with the zoom.
And
in.
they've really earned the.
Please don't mention it.
They've really earned those forearms too. That's not like a throwaway. Oh,
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Oh!
Hell yeah.
great bump. Great
Joe,
bump.
you love when that happens in matches, like when they earn the forearms, they earn
Yeah.
the spot.
There's a bunch of arseholes now just wandering at the center of the ring and just trade forearms. It's fucking horse shit, dude. Earn it. Be a man, you know?
Welcome to DPW.
That's a great spot if you use it properly. And if it means something in the match, if it represents something. That was
That's,
Sammy saying, fuck you, I'm not losing tonight. You know, that's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
IQ Wrestler had a great tweet recently about Kobashi Sasaki and HBK Taker being, or no, sorry. It was Sasaki, Kobashi, and Jerry Lynn and RVD being awesome war crimes because of the way they influenced wrestling.
Yeah.
Coach
Context
Clutch.
matters. Right? Look at that. Oh my God.
There we go.
Oh my God.
Dude, he perfectly landed on the knees too. It was like you could not land more perfect. You could not.
People are losing their shit, dude.
Yep.
Yeah. Very loud
Yeah.
reactions.
They're very disappointed about the rope break.
Yep. You have to live with it, I'm afraid.
Hashtag
Joe,
deal with it.
Yeah.
Joe, I don't know if you talked about this on your Full Sail Behind series, but have you heard that story Kevin Owens told about Undertaker being backstage for the Go Home promo for this?
I've not. I never knew that, but we're going to talk about it tomorrow, so please clue me in. I'd never heard that before.
Uh-oh. Exploded in the corner? Roll up.
Ooh.
Oh, under the ref.
Oh, shit.
That's a great ref.
Shit.
That's great.
That's gnarly, too. Back of the head to back of the head. Truncated version is Taker was backstage there checking it all out, and Kevin Owens hadn't debuted yet, so he was just sitting in Gorilla, like just kind of observing it all. And they did the Go Home promo where Sami Zayn, talks about why I have to beat you. And they said Taker like poked his head back through the curtain and goes, "Them boys just sold some tickets."
Oh, I do remember. Oh, Jesus.
Oh
Poison
my
Ron.
God.
Oh, shit. That's it.
Dig out. Oh!
Oh, boy.
And then the punchline is he thought no one heard him, so he came back into Gorilla and said it again. He just said, "Them boys just sold some tickets."
It's not like him to ruin something that was once fun.
Come on, Sammy.
He's fucked.
Was the ref bump accidental?
No.
Okay.
No, yeah.
There are no accidents in this sport.
They set it up.
They
Set it up for Sammy getting like rolled up, kind of.
Okay.
That's what they were trying, like the equivalent of. What
And
they
they-
were trying to go for.
I think it was also to to play with the idea of Neville being like morally
Yeah, like,
vague.
Okay.
coming up behind him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it like fully play in, so that's why I was a little confused. But I see what you're saying now.
Sammy's firing up. Sammy's out, dude. Look at him. He's stumbling on his feet. Oh, he hurt him.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
Jesus. Neville's hurt, though.
Ref's got to think about his future here.
He Someone needs to, the corner needs to look at this, if anyone.
Oh, German.
Oh, Jesus. Kurt Angle's in the building. Kurt would already be at like number 8 by now. The faint, this is awesome, echoing around the impact zone as he gets up for a temp German suplex.
Oh, half and half. Half and half.
Oh, what a maneuver. Here it comes. Oh. That was almost it. No time to waste.
Oh,
Holy fuck.
It's such an awesome move.
Like it doesn't make much sense, but who gives a fuck, dude? It looks cool.
Yes, it looks. That's one of those moves that looks sick enough. It doesn't have to make sense.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
perfect.
Fucking awesome.
I'm trying to think. I remember him doing it with Cesaro, this one, and then the John Cena match. I don't know if I remember too many more times he did it.
Yeah.
He tried it in the Nakamura match, and Nakamura kicked him in the head.
Yeah. Oh, the ref again.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Man, this ref is taking some
Ref!
serious time to
What?
the back of the head.
Why is he in the fucking way?
Yeah, that was bad officiating.
Get out of the way.
I
Trades of
don't
Brett and
understand why the
Terry
ref was
there.
there, King.
King. Imagine King on this call. How many times he'd go? Alex Snyder's favorite thing about King is that he would just randomly just go up and over. He wouldn't say anything. He'd just scream.
No, don't do it, Adrian.
Oh,
He would read. Oh no. Oh. Oh. Now this is, to me, the only match that did this idea better is Piper and Brett. Because usually this shit sucks.
Yeah.
Yes.
But this
Yes.
is the whole build to this match is about this. Like whether he will be that guy to get it done. And he's also just one of those wrestlers who can get away with it because he's Sami Zayn. People just love him, don't they? You know?
He's one of the guys, his acting is perfect for professional wrestling. He understands how to apply it to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to look at his hands and shit. Yeah, look at him. Why?
Yeah.
Don't do it, kid. Come on. Think of your family.
I remember when they did this for Hangman and Punk, and it was so shoehorned in because it wasn't really the build at all.
Yeah.
This was the build. Like this was the whole point of this match. You know.
Hangman and Punk wrestled?
Sadly,
I almost answered that.
then the
too.
world ended.
Yeah. The repercussions are still being felt. The most damaging 3.5 in wrestling history.
Oh, this is edited because this is where Sammy starts just cussing. Like, he goes, fuck that.
Pussies.
Oh, shit. Brother.
Oh. It's one thing to win the World Cup, whether you lose.
Oh,
Oh my God. This match is unbelievable. That's a great shot, isn't it?
Oh,
hand down the face.
See, that is actual. We talk about this a lot. the word cinema in wrestling is now been ruined, but that's an actual cinematic wrestling moment
Yeah,
when he
that is
does
a
that with the
cinematic-
face.
Yeah.
The actual,
not-
the proper use of the word cinematic, you know.
No.
And it's like it wasn't like the camera shot. I don't think would have been planned in that way, you know.
Yeah,
Like they
it was
just
very
happened to
short,
catch
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was like 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
2 seconds,
This
dude,
is-
and it just captures everything. It's like, I'm ready. It's time.
Before we get into the post-match histrionics here, it's this really was such a unique moment because social media was obviously there, but it wasn't as crazy as it was. So in some ways, this crowd was the crowd there every time, felt like they were like they watched this whole story progress. And so like
Yeah.
the reaction is very genuine and not with the like idea of we're going to get posted on the WWE social media account if we make
Right.
these faces and act this way. It's just a really special, a very unique and for its time, like a very important match and very, very special.
I have to be honest. That's very moving, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
watching the faces in the crowd is. It's
Yeah.
strange for me to say. I mean, it's been 10 years and he's done, a million things since then. And he had a similar moment winning the tag straps with Kevin at fucking WrestleMania in front of 70,000 people. But watching people's faces, the sincere joy. I mean, that's just wrestling. It's very, very powerful, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Agreed.
Just look how
Is
happy
this
people are.
Everyone.
is this referee still doing the deal in the WWF, or I don't recognize his face?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Sean Bennett, I want to say. Chat, help us on that.
I'll compliment him if he's still there, and I don't recognize his face. It means he's doing his fucking job. Good man.
Yeah, and he also, I mean, he took one for the team in that one with that head clash spot. So,
Oh yeah, that was gnarly.
what a great match that is.
Very
Tremendous.
Wonderful.
It's also an example of, and I don't look, length of wrestling matches isn't the be all and end all. There's case by case. 23-minute pay-per-view main event to me is like, I think that to me is like a sweet spot personally. You know,
Mhm.
like it's an epic, it's a classic match, but I think it isn't so broad that you can kind of lose the threads of your match. To me, anyway.
Yeah.
Again, there are obviously great matches that go 40, 50 an hour. Obviously, generally, though, I think that's a good rule of thumb. I honestly believe that.
That is a good time. It does sound
Yeah.
good in my head. Like, yeah,
Holy
that's a
shit!
good. We accomplished
It's a main
everything.
event match.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it also allows you to then go winning a 30-minute Iron Man. That's a big deal. If every main event's 40
Right.
minutes, you have to then do an hour for your fucking big Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? I would avoid
Yeah.
Iron Mans in general, but it's nice to have the 30-minute match for like a big deal still.
You always have that option if you
Yeah.
do 23s.
What an unbelievable wrestling match.
Everything's so perfect. Good God.
Very good.
Tremendous stuff.
I do
Okay,
really
apparently-
appreciate the end didn't
Go
feel
on.
phony. That was nice.
Yes.
No.
Jumanji Hunter said the referee did Punk and Drew. So
That's what I was reacting to. That
Yeah.
dude was in that match, and I didn't remember his face. Like again, that I'm not even going to do my bits of burying certain people, but that I'm just going to praise him for doing his job well.
it's pretty sick, yeah. God. Incredible deal. The hands, there's nothing better than the free count and the arms going up in the air, right? The big
Yeah.
explosion on the
Mhm.
pop.
Mhm.
Tremendous. Oh dear, the boys are here. We're obviously going to focus on one thing here, but there may be some very funny faces coming out. Because
And,
Kevin made a charge to the ring. What a great, God, that was
His
so
nose is
believable.
still dripping blood.
Yeah, literally dripping blood on his shoulder. Wow.
That's Debbie
Oh
Callahan.
my God! Yes.
Yeah.
Sammy
it is.
Callahan is in the ring. Dana Brooke is in the ring.
Oh, is
One of the
that who
virgins
that
of
is?
Dana Brooke in the ring.
She looks very different now. It's all set.
Wesley
Charlotte?
Blake is in the ring. Alexa Bliss in the ring. Folks, the All-Stars have arrived.
Jason
All right.
Jordan. Let's go.
Dude, I was gonna make a joke about
Cash
Carmella's
Wheeler. Cash
tan,
Wheeler
but
is
look
in the
at
ring.
Sami Callihan.
Elias is in the ring.
Yeah, Sami Callihan looks wild. Dude.
I do
Damn.
Oh
see
god, Pat Patterson's in the
Elijah.
ring.
Is that
Buddy.
Bud Matt?
Hideo.
Bud Matt.
Oh baby, what a squad! Championship team.
Pat
God.
Patterson.
I somehow
my
do
God,
not-
it's
People
Pat.
going banana.
Yeah, Pat Patterson's in the
Oh, I
fucking
see.
ring, dude.
Why the fuck is Pat there?
That apparently was like he wanted to be there because he believed in Sammy so much. Like he thought Sammy was like the next guy.
Bud Matt is. I didn't realize he was one of the
FTR's
guys who
in the
hoisted
back.
him up here. The FTR.
It's Bud Matt and Jason. Who's this? Who's the guy in the suit?
Yeah, I recognize his face, but I don't remember what he did.
Gabe Sapolsky?
No.
Oh God, they
God,
have
I wish.
Hideo in there,
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
but not Finn Balor because they're still soaking
look
on
at-
paint thinner.
Look at Dax.
Oh,
Gable.
Dawkins.
Oh my
Dawkins,
god, yeah.
The 2K15
Man,
shirt.
if only Dawkins knew like what a run he had ahead of him, man. That's actually awesome.
He
Like,
was there
he was-
forever, dude.
Dude, he was like a bit of a laughing stock when people were like he's still down
Yeah.
there. Like it all
Yeah.
worked out. Good for him, man. Good fucking
All right,
hold
wrestler,
on.
too.
Hold on. Is there going to be a peaceful transition
no.
of power here?
I hope so.
Please, in a month, please.
Did this take place on January 6th?
Look at this here. The pageantry. Look at what it means.
Fucking Sami Callihan.
To be fair, the wrestlers did storm the ring.
They did.
True.
Look at Kevin back there.
Oh.
Oh,
What I love about this
Look at that.
sport.
Wow.
That's
Love to
what I
see
love
it.
about this sport, man. There's no sport like this in the world, Alex. We talk about this a lot. They're the best athletes in the world, and that's just a fact.
And that's
isn't it,
a
Alex?
fact.
That'll be funny to you guys in about a month or so. Sami Zayn, a career moment here at Full Sail. How many people there, Dritten? 500?
Yeah.
yeah, along those lines, yeah.
Amazing, isn't it? Like
But,
the magic of
you
pro
know,
wrestling.
not to sound cliche, but they're reacting like it's 15,000, man.
Yeah. And if it matters to them that much, it matters to us that much. We can only take it as seriously as they would allow us to.
Yeah.
You know?
Carmella, good lord. I'm sorry. What?
Pam's in there.
With a knee brace on. And that is a sign of things to come.
Long-term
I see
long-term
Pam
storytelling. Long-term storytelling.
now.
What a great moment.
Kent is in the 2K16 shirt. It was
Look at
so
Dax's
over
beard,
already,
dude.
man.
What a crazy roster. Wow.
Truly.
It's just the thing I love about watching NXT stuff is how much like different paths everyone went on, you know? Like I'm not even trying to knock her because like she worked there for years. She seems like a lovely person, but like, I could bet money the coaches thought Dana Brooke was like the most money of the women in that
Yeah,
whole
right,
ring, right? Like,
Yeah.
Which is, you know, again, I'm not going to be an arsehole. It's just wild. You see so many different people in there.
Respect Ash by elegance.
She, again, seems lovely. Had a good run. God bless her. But, you know, she did not prove to be the star of that
Did
squad,
she?
is my point. You know?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she was around for a long time. I mean,
Oh, okay.
she worked there for another 8 years, Alex. Maybe 9, in fact. I don't know how long she
Been
was.
there for a very long time.
Yeah. Hell of a good run can mean they did good stuff on the TV show. It can mean they got paid for a very long time. It depends on your definition.
Oh, yeah. Ibu's far too critical of Nakamura. I'm like, that dude's been making 7 figures for
Exactly.
almost 10 years now. So to me, he's successful.
Yeah. He's got the strap as well. He's got the US belt.
Yeah. You know
He's
the real
something.
shame when he beat LA Knight, he didn't stand over him and go, yow. That's what he should have done.
Oh, yeah. When the moment soak, we're just letting it settle and people soak it in.
Very emotional, very wholesome. I don't think
Very
anything
wholesome.
nothing can ruin
The
this
shot-
moment for Sammy.
Nothing.
The shot's actually good because the light's reflecting back onto him. All right, we got
Look
the
at that. Look at his best friend.
The trademark.
copyright notice. The show's going off.
With his best friend too. Like, I don't know how else you end this. Such a perfect way. Love it.
It's legitimately oh,
Incredible.
God. Yeah.
Let's go.
Fuck.
Oh,
It is like the reason this show is so fondly remembered is, I mean, obviously Sasha and Charlotte's very good, but like it's one match on one angle. Pro wrestling is broad strokes, brothers. I mean,
Oh, look at the blood.
oh man, his nose is fucked. Look at it.
It looks awesome.
The blood is dripping. Let's fucking
And the thing I always loved about this was like the idea that Kevin did that. Like, not it was just like what he felt he had to do, and it like, that was the way
Yeah.
he framed it. Like, look, man,
Yeah.
what do you mean? I'm gonna just wait around and be like everyone's friend? Fuck that, I'm
Yeah.
here now. So awesome. Like,
And Regal coming out too.
Yeah, Regal. Kevin did nothing wrong. Kevin's never done anything wrong in his life.
and it didn't. The thing is, it didn't require like an extensive beatdown. It just took that one act
Yeah.
and then the
Yeah.
powerbomb, and we all remember it. You know, like
Mhm.
nobody hadn't seen it, and you was aware it was gonna happen. It's
Yeah. They didn't sell it so there's like malice, just like you got the belt, bro.
yeah,
I want it.
which makes him more like cold than it really. You know, he's like,
Yeah.
he's
The
just
blood
cashed in his
dripping down.
friendship. Yeah,
He's
Prize
a
fighter,
cold-blooded killer, bro.
if you will.
prize fire. That was the phrase they went with when it prize fire. Yeah,
Yeah.
my goodness.
what a great piece of business. A classic Clash of the Champions. That is
Yeah.
great stuff. Wasn't that fun? Flew by that did, fellas. I must say, we've been on the air for over 2 hours.
Mhm.
Great time. Right, we have a couple of super chats here. We'll get to these. We'll do some plugs going out of here. Mid takes. Super chat. Where does Sammy rank on all-time underdogs? Dragon, Ray, then him. I'm trying to think of if you said underdog specifically. I think he's definitely behind those two guys because Danielson's higher against guys like Batista and
Yeah.
Randy. And in just terms of baby faces, I do think he's like an all-time great baby face. I think Steamboat would be on that list, right?
Mhm.
Great,
Me,
just classic baby faces. Go for it, Alex.
that just always means something different to me. Like just because I'm old, I guess, but like, Danielson was a marauder in Ring of Honor. Like he killed people and shit. Like
Yeah.
I don't think of him as like to me when you talk about underdogs in wrestling, I think of like fucking Mikey Whipwreck and ECW and shit. So it's a bit.
But in fairness, in WWE, they kind of did. Dragon kind of did play that role, like the way JBL would call his the way JBL would call his matches. And,
He's a farm animal, Cole.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I get what you're saying. In terms of all-time baby faces, I think those three guys, I would say
Sammy's performance with Gunther at WrestleMania this year was, and I'm sorry, I'm so critical of people that use the word performance, but like just what he brought to that match was really something substantial. And I saw one of the comments too. You got to consider Mick Foley, like the way he was presented in the WWF is like the ultimate underdog.
Yeah. Sometimes performance is the right word, Alex. I feel strongly about this. It is. Sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. I don't know if there's any other names that come to mind.
Triple H.
Shane McMahon. Mid-take sent another and said in the package for the Sammy KO match code, so I still love him. He has what I want. It's my job to take it.
Exactly.
Indeed. And we'll be covering that in a couple months. So we'll do a Grinalong for that very show. And based on the response to this, maybe we'll do the same time slot in February too, because people came out for this following NXT. It surprised me. I didn't know what the response is, but people tuned in, which we appreciate very much. Appreciate mid-takes for the super chats. We are very thankful for your support. Folks, please like this video. If you enjoyed this Grinalong, there's I can't even, I mean, a plethora doesn't even do justice how many are waiting for you behind the paywall. Like,
How many hours
even
of
in the
content?
last, dude, over 50 hours in November. And many of those were Grinalongs. I'm talking WCW Mayhem. I'm talking
Nitro,
well,
did we
Don't
do?
talk about it.
Nitro. I'm talking, what did we watch for this? Armageddon 2000.
Yes.
And that's not even getting into the current stuff. You can access all of that with LNG Gold. JHP tier gets you some solo streams. It used to be better, gets you those retro streams like this one. And it will also get you tomorrow night, myself and Chuck, talking about this month of NXT TV. On Saturday, however, Grinner Circle members will have access to the Saturday night's main event, Grinalong, which is going to be some big business. So much going on. Sign up now, become a member, and see many hours exactly like this one. Novi, what would you like to plug, brother?
As always, youtube.com/@Noviak. New video out on the channel. Check it out. It's a fun one. Very proud of it. It's got a good reception. Thank you guys. I'm sure a lot of you all. I see you guys in the comments and all that good stuff. So I appreciate it. Go check that out.
Beautiful. Buster, what would you like to plug?
Follow me on Twitter. December 22nd, the Grabs Podcast will be back with Cage Match Chronicles, no disqualification. I'll be posting the match listings tomorrow. Novi will be a part of that. And we'll be back soon. We've started the planning for what shows and how we want to format them and stuff. So that'll probably start next month. So
I love it. And we have some news here in our chat. Ben Dixon has gifted 5 LNG Gold memberships. So, folks, if you got one of those, please thank Ben. We certainly thank him. We appreciate Ben's support. Long-time Grinner. And with us since the olden days. I'm sorry to out him. That's very insulting, but you've been here for a long time, man. I mean, it's what it is. We appreciate it. There's not many left. Thank you. All right. Caden Lee, what would you like to plug? You made a big appearance this week.
Yeah, I was on Fightful Overbooked yesterday morning on In the Weeds with Jeremy Lambert, Kimmy Sokol, and SP3. So go watch the replay of that where we talked about what methods Jon Moxley should use for torturing moving forward. And that was basically the only thing we talked about in wrestling. For anybody who did not see my Twitter yesterday, I made the announcement that at the end of the year, I will be taking a major step back from professional wrestling. I've been in pro wrestling media for 3 years, 3.5. And as I graduate college, I've decided to do something else. But I will still be with the Late Night Grin. I like it a lot. I like the chance. Like I like being on these streams. Very glad that Joe gives me the opportunities to be on here. So I will still be doing LNG. That's like basically the only thing I'll be doing in professional wrestling media. Joe did sign me to a very lucrative exclusive contract to stay. He heard, yeah. Joe heard the rumblings that I might be leaving, and he reached out and we worked something out. So I will be exclusively signing with the Late Night Grin on January 1st.
Me and you got to talk, bro. I need him for some Wednesdays.
I need to talk to Caden first about this contract. I've had second thoughts, but I need to get him in the dojo and have him running high spots with Alex, so we get those timing miscues sorted out, you know. But no, fortunately for you, Caden, you can retire from wrestling media and stay on the Late Night Grin because, as we know, this is famously wrestling media's rival firm. Alex, was you on Fightful Overbooked this week?
No,
last week. That must have been last week.
Yeah.
What would you like to plug, bro? What's the latest with the Contrarians?
Shit. What is it? If we were on fire together, I don't think we could warm up to each other, me and Fightful. So it's Contrarians. What do we got going on? So on our Patreon page, we got some Christmas stuff coming up, some exciting projects there. Shit, man, I'm blanking. Like, our recording schedule's been all over the place recently. But recently we dropped The Pope's Exorcist, which was a Russell Crowe film from 2023 that had a very, very, very bizarre tie-in with WrestleMania 39. So that wrestling overlap is there that we get to discuss. And also, speaking of wrestling tie-ins, we recently covered Moana as well, which the significance of that was I never understood. That was my first time watching it when we did it. So I never understood the perversion of The Rock telling Cody's mom, "What can I say but you're welcome?" I never got that line. So that really came through with that. So we got that. And then, of course, to plug future projects, come January 17th, the first episode of Tough 20, the 20-year retrospective on the first season of The Ultimate Fighter will be dropping with myself, Julio, and also Joe of Late Night Grin fame, and Steve Williams of Twitter infamy, I think I would say. And we have 13 of 14 of the episodes in the can, and I can comfortably say it's been quite a journey, and I'm really excited to put it out. And if you're listening to this right now, you're going to be like a pig in shit, because it's this kind of stuff in spades, talking about the inaugural season of the reality TV show that changed the fortunes of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. But at Contrarian Prime across social media, we are thecontrarians.com, the Contrarians on any of your podcatchers, and then for myself, of course, at Contrarian Alex on Twitter. As always, Joey and the boys, thank you for having me. Always a fucking pleasure.
Yeah, tonight was great. It was delightful to watch that, especially that main event, because there is a show we're kind of hanging out, right?
Yeah.
But we were fully aware the main events were here to see. We locked in and we had a great time with that. So, folks, tomorrow night, doubleheader, Full Sail Behind with Chuck. It used to be better members. You'll get access to that. It will be 3 p.m. Eastern. It'll be live. And then in the evening, again, free. We've got three free streams this week. That's great way to promote it. Definitely not Sasha, can't sound better than that. But nonetheless, there's 3 shows this week that are free. And tomorrow night there is one following Dynamite as we preview Saturday night's main event. It'll be the Fed 4, myself, Bobby, Oracle, and Chris Borden. I have not spoke to Oracle, really, since he had that meltdown following War Games in which he just lost all hope in wrestling. He's sent a couple group chat messages about football, but he's been like, wow. Alex, you're going to tell us he's been very quiet. He may show up with like a mohawk tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. The Grin Grappler chat's just been football talk from Oracle, and then, some other things of old wrestling. But, yeah, he's not touched on much since then.
So there it goes, folks. That's the hook for tomorrow night's show. We hope to see you there, live and free, following Dynamite. Much going on. We appreciate the support. Again, folks, one last time, please like the video. If you really want to show us some love, leave a comment. As I mentioned, if you enjoyed this, you'll love LNG Gold. All right, folks, have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow, live and free. Support the lads on screen. Keep grinning, all how, and enjoy this outro. Goodbye.